He's a star.
What's up, guys? It's NiceGuyAndy podcast. You know what we do. We watch wrestling and we talk to wrestlers. It's Thursday night. I got my man here, Superfly Johnny Lee.
What's up? What's up?
And we got Henry Shaw in the house.
What's up?
And Marcus Johnson is sick or something, or scared maybe.
Yeah, I think he's scared.
And now we
I
got
don't know.
Mr. Jacked himself, Marty Clay.
Somebody that Henry can actually depend on, whether he wants to admit it or not, showed up for this interview and his champion didn't.
You basically crashed it, is what you did. You didn't really show up. You basically just walked
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Well, I'm here. Where's your champion?
That's a good question. Did you have something to do with it?
No, I didn't have it. I think he had something to do with the show tomorrow getting canceled. I think he went around politicking like he did with you. He went around politicking all over Salyersville, got all those poor little kids sick. They had to cancel the show, and he got away from Marty Clay again, is what happened.
Oh, man.
He got all the kids sick, kissing babies is what he was doing.
He went through all that to get away from Marty
Is he,
Clay.
is he running for governor or mayor down there or something?
No, he's just running away from Marty
You
Clay.
think they scared of Marty Clay?
I know he is.
You think they scared of
That's-
Marty Clay?
that's why-
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That's why he wanted to be on my team this Saturday, because he knows I'm the best guy to pick to win those titles, those upstart titles at New South.
Oh, yeah, y'all got a title
Yeah, you
match down
do.
there, right?
If he shows up.
If he shows up.
If
yeah.
not, I'll pick somebody else and win it with them. But
Yeah, Bandito maybe?
yeah, I'll get Fandito or Johnny or
That's true.
somebody else that looks like these guys. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
find
true.
somebody.
That's amazing. That's what that is.
You can win those titles pretty much by yourself. can't
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
you? Yeah,
so.
that's what we think too.
I mean, look at you.
You know, when I heard that he canceled, the first thing I thought of is like, because I invited Marty, myself, and I didn't tell you or Marcus, but and then I think he kind of found out about that you was coming, and maybe he got scared.
Actually, I keep things confidential.
Did you tell him,
Thank
Johnny?
you. I ain't you.
Did you tell him
I
Marty
keep
was?
secrets.
Yeah. Did you tell him Marty was coming?
No, I did not.
Yeah. Okay.
You pointing fingers at me.
What your mama said.
Listen here, buddy. I'm the booker, and I keep things confidential.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Host.
Johnny claims that he didn't tell
There's
anybody.
one person that's not here.
Oh, maybe
you
Sean.
trying to say,
you
I
think
have-
Sean did it? Sean
Yeah.
told him? Yeah.
Sean Johns would leak the information.
He does leak the information.
You know why?
So y'all had to cancel the show because all the little kids down there in
Because of Marcus.
Salyersville, is that what it is?
Yep, Salyersville, the McGoffin County School Board decided to cancel the classes for Thursday and Friday. That being a state policy, any events going on, even their sports, after school activities, everything gets canceled, including Allied Pro Wrestling. So, that being said, the show for tomorrow, in case you didn't notice, March 24th in Salyersville is canceled tomorrow. Officially, we haven't got the word yet, but more likely we will be back in Salyersville for McGoffin Mayhem. We will have a McGoffin Mayhem on May the 12th. So just keep up with Allied Pro Wrestling on the website, on Facebook, Instagram, just for updates and everything.
So does this throw off the best of three?
No, hold on. Let me talk for a second. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm so sure that I can beat Marcus on any given day of the week, anywhere, whatever. Any type of match, whatever I got to do, I can beat Marcus.
Is that right?
At any time, anywhere. I'm going to forfeit that second match.
Well, you've already done it once.
Yeah, I beat him. I was standing over him. He was laid out, and I had his title held up. And the same thing would happen tomorrow if there'd been a show, but he got away from me again.
So you're giving this match up.
Yeah, he can
So
have he
so
can have
on
the
April
second.
15th, that won't be the second match. That'll be it.
That'll be the title match. It was going to be the title match anyway. Our next match was the title match because I was going to win. So I'm going to give this one to him. Try to
So
even things
all
up.
it's even up now. Marcus has one that you're giving him, and then you've actually won one.
I actually won. That's what I do.
So you've
actually
won
win.
both of them actually, but you just gave him one.
Yeah, I'll give him one. That's how good of a guy I am. I'll even things
A
up.
hell of a guy.
You're such
here.
a nice
Yeah.
guy, Marty.
How can you not like him, man?
I don't like his attitude. That's one thing.
Is that right?
The cockiness I can't get along with because I've known this kid since he started.
Yeah.
And he's been cocky the entire time that I've known him,
Yeah.
even back from the Hazard days and everything. So his attitude has not changed one bit.
He's nothing but nice
But he's
to
a
us.
good guy.
But I back it up, don't I?
Exactly.
He's
So
a badass.
you want to give this up. So you want to basically say it's 1-1.
Yeah.
So the best of three series is still on. It's 1-1.
What a good
call
guy.
it what you want. I'm taking the title next time me and Marcus get in the
What a good guy. That's
What a
that's
great guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a
All
good guy, man.
All right. So
How much did you give to the orphanage?
I lost count.
Yeah, I know, right?
Gave so much, so many people, I can't keep track of it.
Man, at UCW, he had kids coming up to him, hugging him, and Marcus Johnson just couldn't handle it.
He was
telling
dumbfounded.
you.
Marcus Johnson was. Marcus is a pretty good, all right guy.
Probably had candy in his pocket. Is what he probably had.
Did you know?
I think him and Marcus are about the only two people in the world that don't like me.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
Well, I mean, I
there's
met a few
more,
other
Trust
guys.
me,
Like
trust
Tony
me.
Corral don't like you. I don't think Oliver Gunner don't like you either. I don't think.
Well, these are the only two guys that I thought.
But all those are
liked me.
bad guys anyway.
These are the only two guys that I thought would like me, and I thought that they had some common sense, but apparently they don't. They don't
Yeah.
like me. They're the only two guys that I'm surprised they don't like me. I guess I should.
At least Marcus's son likes you.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
his
his
hero.
favorite
Marcus
wrestler.
Scott. Yeah,
I'm
he
his favorite wrestler.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I am.
I don't
That's
agree.
right.
I don't agree with that one bit.
He told
No.
me. He told me himself. I
Is-
wouldn't lie. I don't-
When did he tell you that?
After I beat his dad in court.
So he said, my dad is no longer my favorite. You are.
You think Marcus
His
is
dad never was. I
up for
always
a
was.
call?
Oh yeah, hold up.
Yeah, message
let
him
him
see
know.
if he's up for a call.
Maybe
you know,
he'll call in, Marty.
in between his
I mean, you know.
in between his puking and
Yeah,
shitting.
he's real tough over his phone. Everybody is, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's real tough when it ain't face to face. You
Yeah,
can
that's
say what you want.
what that Mike Tyson say. Everybody's tough until you get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched inside the mouth.
Yeah.
Well, let's make it official then.
What else is on that card that
Okay.
we're having on May the
All right.
12th?
First of all, April 15th, Corbin Civic Center. That is Allied Pro Wrestling's 1 year
April
anniversary.
15th?
April 15th is our next one, Corbin Civic Center in Corbin, Kentucky.
Well,
Will
that's
be
already. April 15th.
April 15th.
I'm
Yeah.
dumbfounded here. April 15th, and we're having it
Well, the main event
in Corbin.
in Corbin.
Okay, is
Well,
that a Friday or Saturday
It's
night?
a Saturday night.
Okay.
Saturday night.
I'm sorry.
Marty Clay with one win in the best of 3 series. Now Marcus Johnson, since Marty forfeited, 1 win in the best of 3 series. This will be a winner take all.
You're gonna have a champion you can finally be proud of. That shows up when he's scheduled to come and do appearances like this. You're gonna have a champion you can really count on, and the people can count
We'll
on.
find out. See, we'll find
And
out.
I'm not gonna be ducking anybody. I don't care how good they are.
All
if
right.
somebody comes along that's better
Marcus
than me,
never ducked anybody. Anybody that I put him against, he took out. He took out Chance Profit. Did he not?
he did.
Yes, he did.
Did he take out Marty Clay? What happened when he met me in the ring?
One time. That's one time you beat him.
So he only beat Chance one time.
Did you beat him fairly, though?
It's a no disqualification match.
But did you beat him fairly? Did you beat him honorably?
I beat him using the rules of the match.
Yeah.
And there are no DQs or no rules.
There's
Who's
no
the man that
rules.
decided?
Yeah, but if you got so much confidence in everything that you don't have to bend the rules a little bit, even though there is no rules, that you went low.
So what do you consider him bending the rules? What in a DQ match? There's no rules.
There's no rules.
But what did he do was so bad?
I won.
Tell
I
tell
won
the fans
match.
what he did.
That's what I did. It was so
For
bad.
one,
yeah.
The match.
it was a lumberjack match. I will say that. It was a lumberjack match. Everything was going haywire. Marcus was on the top rope getting ready to hit Marty.
Okay.
Big Johnny G decided to grab Marcus's foot.
Okay.
Did you pay Big Johnny G? I wouldn't be surprised. You probably did.
No, John just knows that I'm such a good guy, and he was
And
like,
then
I'm
you
gonna help
hit
this
him
guy.
with the title.
Well, Johnny
Did
G
you
will be
not?
here next week,
did.
right?
Yeah,
Yes, you
but-
did.
But
Speaking
it's
of
a
John
no
Gilbert,
disqualification match.
Speaking of John Gilbert, he said, the only good person in the whole thing, my best friend in the whole world, Marty Clay. Then he said, yes, he did when you tried saying that he didn't win fair.
I figured his tag partner would be his best friend, but I never mind about that. So
And Chris Young gave us 310 stars.
That's what happens when you get me in the building.
That's true. Every
yeah.
time Marty Clay's
That's what
been here, there's been stars.
it's probably Marty Clay's mom making people give money for him.
Hey, I gotta tell you, do you think that Marcus was scared tonight?
I know he was scared.
When
If I was Marcus, I would be scared of me too. I don't blame him.
I guarantee you
I
found
don't.
out
I don't hate Marcus. I really don't. Like he's a good dude, but
exactly, and
He's
you're his
just-
son's favorite wrestler.
there's just levels to this, and Marcus is not on my level.
True.
It's that simple.
I have to agree with you. You're a star, man. Every time we've had you, you've been awesome.
I hear the big leagues are looking at you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
WD's looking at you for tryouts, maybe.
Yeah. Hopefully in a few months.
And you see, Henry, that's a star. How
Wasn't-
could you hate this man?
So on April 15th, what else do we got going on? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sharing the.
We've got some other matches to announce. We've got Cody Sparks will be taking on Plaid Jackie Thad. We have Big Johnny G with Shane Romines will be taking on Doomsday. We also have Olivia Devine will be back in action. We also have Kellen Craven will be taking on Tyler Logan. We got more matches to announce later on next week.
Those matches already that you announced.
And not to mention, I'll go ahead and plug other things around. On April 29th in Cynthiana, Kentucky at the Cynthiana City Gym, Ally Pro Wrestling, Gen Next Pro Wrestling, New South Wrestling, Ascend Pro Wrestling, and Northern Wrestling Federation presents Legends Never Die. Be a multi-company event. Be at the Cynthiana City Gym, and it will be on April 29th. You won't miss it. Want to miss it. Actually, me and you are going at it, if not mistaken. Yeah, we're actually got a match scheduled for that time.
So I'm going to get to beat you for your own
title. Okay, I'd like to see that.
I'm going to defend his company's title against him and beat him for it.
Who says you're going to win the title anyway?
I know I'm going to win the title.
Whatever. Well.
There's not a doubt in my mind.
Are you going to, if you don't win the title, are you going to back out and let Marcus take your reins? How about that?
I don't care. I'm that confident. I'll let you decide whatever you
We'll
want to do.
See about that. All right. Well,
you can decide whatever you want to do if I don't win, because I'm going to win.
All right, whatever.
Say whatever you want to say about me not winning. That's like saying, what's going to happen if the sun don't come up tomorrow?
Yeah. But it's officially not on the board yet, but it will be hopefully in the next couple of days. May 12th, we'll be back in Sayersville at North McGoffin Elementary for McGoffin Mayhem for the cancel show for tomorrow. So it'll be rescheduled to May 12th. On May 27th, we make our debut at the Alza County Park and Recreation Center in Booneville, Kentucky on May 27th.
I can't wait for that, too.
Yeah, we've already sold some tickets already for that because they've asked for wrestling there for a long time. So we're gonna have some fun in the summertime.
Brothers, we would like to tell you we love Allied Pro Wrestling, what they're doing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Who's your guys' favorite wrestler on the whole roster?
You're only saying that because he's sitting right beside of you and you're afraid.
No, we've loved this guy since the first time he stepped foot inside the studio last year. This man blew us away, especially every time we've been at New South. He comes
look
over
at him.
He's
jacked. Like all the fans love him, and we're fans, so all the fans love him, and we can't help it that the other wrestlers don't like you. I mean,
I don't understand.
They're just jealous, I think.
Why do they
I
hate
think that's what it.
Henry, are you jealous?
Am I jealous?
Yeah, are you jealous
How am I jealous
that you're not as handsome as Marty Clay, not as jacked as Marty Clay? I'm a little bit jealous myself.
He's a good wrestler too.
Yeah,
he's a hell of a wrestler.
He's a great wrestler. I'll say that, but he is not his mother's favorite. I am. Always and will be forever.
That ain't what your mama said.
That is not what my mama said.
I'll show you the DMs later. How's that sound?
Oh, wow. Well, okay. Your mom is trying to hook up with.
But hey, you know what?
My dad's jacked too.
Oh, okay. So his dad's jacked too.
His dad could be our chauffeur. How's that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, shots fired.
Shots fired.
If
Okay.
he keeps popping off at the mouth, I'm gonna be his daddy.
How many soundboards you got him on there?
He got a lot of them.
Ooh, yeah!
Yeah, I can hear that.
So, where does this? If it's not jealousy, where is this? Like, I guess you said you don't like his attitude, but like, he just like it seems like that you would just want this guy as your champ. I know Marcus is he's a great guy. You just don't have it like Marty does.
I mean, look at this. This is a star that you're looking at.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Marcus earned that title. Earned it.
Yeah.
He wrestled 3 times in one night to earn that title. Not only that, he's actually went out and promoted that title when we didn't ask him to. He went to like comic book shows and everything, and just around like local towns and everything promoting that title.
But
not even asking us that.
But how tough is he really? If he can't,
is one of the toughest people I've ever met. I've known the
Well,
kid.
he can't have dinner at Taco Bell without getting sick.
I think somebody might have sabotaged that, maybe.
Oh, somebody sabotaged.
Oh,
Well, I wouldn't doubt that one.
Are you suggesting Marty Clay sabotaged?
I wouldn't be
here to
surprised
see
if Marty
Marcus.
Clay sabotaged some Taco Bell. Is what I'm thinking.
I
right
came
now.
here to see Marcus. I didn't sabotage anything. I was upset that he wasn't here.
Yeah.
I was hoping we could talk about it like men, and him and Henry quit trying to paint me as the bad guy when I'm not, and we could smooth this out. And Marcus just agree that I'm just going to beat his ass in these matches and take his title, and that be it, and we still be friends. But
And now he's
It is what
gone,
it is.
and now you're being accused or implied to sabotage.
Remember,
his
not
Taco Bell.
accused, implied. Yes,
Implied,
implied that.
Implied. Okay.
What makes you
sounds
think implied?
Because it
by
wouldn't
what?
surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
Why would I live, where'd you say you got the Taco Bell in Berea?
Berea.
Berea, Richmond, somewhere around that area.
I live an hour and a half away from Richmond. I already beat the man down once. Why would I drive an hour and a half to sabotage some food because I'm scared of a man that
Of
I've
a guy
already
that you
beat
already
down?
beat,
A
yeah.
guy that I've already pinned. 1, 2, 3, stood over him while he's laying there knocked out. Why would I need to poison his food?
Maybe the thought of revenge makes you a little scared of it.
I don't need.
He can get revenge on you.
Henry, did you sabotage?
I've been in Lexington all day. I can verify that.
Okay. I was thinking maybe you wanted the belt off of Marcus because you don't know if you can beat him and you think you can beat.
Well, I'll tell you this right
No,
now.
if
think
he
you
don't,
can beat
if he don't
Marcus?
think he can beat Marcus, he knows he can't beat me.
I can beat anybody.
Oh, yeah?
Anybody.
I mean, he is
18
the
years,
monster.
I can beat anybody.
Okay.
We'll see April 29th, I guess.
Okay, we'll see.
April the 29th, y'all are going up against each other.
I can't wait to see that.
And by
actually.
then, I'm going to be his champion and beat him for his title,
Oh, wow.
for his company's
That's
title. It's
gonna-
my title. It's going
And
to
if
be
he
my
does
title.
win that title, he will lose that on his first defense. April
Oh, man.
29th.
Not a chance.
So with the titles up for grabs down there at Legendary.
Oh, yeah. If he wins.
Legends never
if
die.
He
I
When
wins.
walk,
If
when
he,
I walk
if he
into a
loses.
place with a title, I'm defending it. Whoever I'm against, I'm not the type. You know what happened when Marcus won that title? I was happy for him. I shook his
Yes.
hand. I said, "Congrats, dude. I'm happy for you." He said, "Marty, I'm gonna get you a shot at this." He said, "I've always wanted to get in the ring with you, see what we can do with each other, test ourselves." So I just keep beating these guys. Henry's bringing in.
So
I keep
how
beating
did it
them, keep
become?
beating them, and
How did it become a no disqualification match between you and him?
He said it to where every title match is a no DQ match.
Oh, that's
and
right.
then complains when a guy uses a weapon.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Every one of your title matches
then
is the
he-
no
If you were
DQ,
so
right?
confident, you'd have to use a weapon. I thought you was that confident, that good of a wrestler, that you didn't need a weapon.
I just wanted to knock him out.
Okay.
So down at
I
Legends,
didn't use the title because I had to. I used it because I wanted to. I've never done it before. I was
down
like,
at Legends Never Die, when you put whoever has the title down there, if the title's
They're going to have
involved
to
in
fight
that,
you.
Yeah.
then it will be no disqualification.
Yep. All Allied Pro Wrestling heavyweight title matches are no DQ, unless specially sanctioned
By
by
yourself.
by itself or Allied Pro Wrestling or anybody.
So are you the one that calls all the shots down there at Allied Pro Wrestling?
Yes. All the time.
he's
so
the
you
one
can
that
just
never gave me a title shot. Even
pretty
though
much
I was
hand
beating
yourself-
all these guys.
pretty much hand yourself a title match anytime you want.
That's what he's doing. He knows I'm going to beat Marcus, and he was like, "Oh, let me wrestle Marty Clay at this show for my title because I know
To
he's
show
gonna
off
beat
for
Marcus."
Larry
Yeah.
and all the other bigger guys in this business.
So you're saying that he used his special clause so that he could get the
Yeah,
title.
I mean, it's
Do I have it?
We're-
Do I have it? No,
we're
I
saying-
do
we're
not.
not. I'm sorry. We seem like we're picking on you, Henry. We're not trying to pick on you.
Good thing the cameras are rolling. Is all I can say. No.
He'll put you to a table, ain't he?
No,
I like Henry.
I'm glad Henry's here.
Henry,
I'm
I
glad
don't
Marty's
know.
here to protect me.
I don't know if Henry likes me anymore, but I like Henry. I don't have like personal
Well, this
hard
isn't personal.
feelings. This is not personal with me. It might be with them. I just want to be the best everywhere I go.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I'm just trying to be the best, and a championship title shows everyone.
And
this is the best.
we just want the best to be the champion, and we're behind Marty Clay because like we're the fans, and he's a star.
I mean, the man looks like a
appreciate it.
star.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. Marty Clay is a star.
He is.
He is a star. Marcus Johnson is a star.
Yes. But you think Marcus is a brighter star than Marty?
Honestly, yes.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
way.
Because Marcus never brags about what he's done. He never showboats what he does. And he never makes any excuse of what he does.
That whole cape that he's got is just a showboat.
Yeah, that's one big showboat.
It
Yeah.
is,
I
isn't it?
walk out. I don't have anything flamboyant. I'm there to do my business, win my match, and go home. And
He gets up on
let
that
the
top,
fans know
and it's beautiful when he does it. But he gets up on that top belt and he holds that whole
It's a showboat.
Well,
cape up, and
what about the incident in Frankfurt?
little kids can't see across.
What about the cheap shot in Frankfurt?
What happened in Frankfurt?
What happened in Frankfurt?
I didn't do anything in Frankfurt.
You didn't do anything in Frankfurt when Marcus was doing his interview.
Oh, when he was running his mouth and I punched him?
When you punched him? When he did a sucker punch?
When he was running his mouth, I jumped right at his face and punched him.
What was he running his mouth about?
About me.
How? He was talking about getting his matching ready for the match for you, is what he was talking about.
Oh,
You happened to just walk outside and said, perfect opportunity. He's not looking. Pow.
He shouldn't have been running his mouth about me. I could have kept beating him up, but that was just me sending a message like, hey, dude, you better quit worrying about what you're saying and worry about getting ready to get beat by Marty Clay is what you better be doing.
Send a message.
That's what I was doing, sending
Okay.
a message.
Send a
because
message.
I had him down on the ground. I could have kept beating on him.
Because that's what confidence people do, is send a message that way. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. That's perfect. That's absolutely
That's like,
perfect.
it was like you watch an NBA game, LeBron James is in warm-ups doing reverse dunks and tomahawk dunks. That was my warm-up. That was like my LeBron James tomahawk dunk. Say,
Yeah.
all right, I'm ready to go. Or you know.
I understand completely.
Yeah.
You know,
I understand.
Well,
Just a
first of all,
superstar.
Michael Jordan over LeBron James all day long.
No,
I do think that too, but
I don't.
Well, you weren't alive then, so.
yeah, I do
Michael
think that
Jordan,
too.
He relied on everybody else, just like kind of like what Marcus and Henry are doing. They're relying on each other.
Yeah.
LeBron's won everywhere he's been,
He also left everywhere he's been, too.
but he won everywhere he's been.
Not everywhere he's not won.
Yeah, he has.
Not everywhere.
Cleveland, Miami, Los Angeles, championships.
But always cries if he doesn't win and blames everybody else, does he not? Just like you will.
He's just asking everybody to
gonna
step
win.
up to his greatness.
He's got a standard he holds people to. That's like me. And
Matt-
if you're not up to that standard, you're going to get exposed in that ring with Marty Clay.
And Matty Fields says, all Kobe.
Kobe's cool.
I agree with that. I like Kobe.
I'm not saying anything bad about Kobe. He's cool. But
Hey.
LeBron's the GOAT in my eyes. I mean, leading scorer.
Hey, like you said, you're the best wrestler around.
Yeah,
I mean, who can contest that?
that's back there's when he was on there last time he was here.
Yep, 4 months ago.
Yep, there you go.
Look at that.
4 months
A
ago,
star.
I've put on about 25 pounds since then.
That's right. Look at
Solid
you.
muscle.
Stays in the
Solid
gym.
muscle.
Stays in the gym, just out there, just
I put all that muscle on and all that, and by the time I got in the ring with Marcus, he didn't know he was in there with a different type of animal.
yeah. He thought
he
that
never-
he thought he was getting him with the skinny young guy.
Yeah, he
and-
thought he was getting in with the same kid from 3-4 years ago that
Yeah.
was just happy to be here and happy to have a spot on a card, but he was getting in there with a guy who knows what he's
he got in the
capable
ring
of.
with a jack professional wrestler
Yeah.
at this point. And
Yeah.
and he's still living in the MMA world.
Yeah, this ain't MMA.
Yeah.
You know, like Jay Briscoe said, Terry Funk didn't wear no damn mouthpiece. This ain't MMA.
That's right. He found out the hard way. Marty Clay is the best
Marcus
wrestler.
can do his MMA stuff, but in this line of work, there ain't nobody touching me.
Yeah.
I can agree. You're one of the best out there.
He's okay.
He's okay.
What you guys remember when I was in here last time?
Yep.
When Henry called and said I was one of the absolute very best in the state?
That's before your attitude changed.
And for some reason, I mean, he said all these nice things about me, and he's the one with the power, but never gave me a title shot. That's why my attitude changed. Because you called in and talked all these nice things, and I think it was just a week later that I was like, man, I'm taking what I want at APW.
Yeah.
So you are pulling LeBron, is what you're saying.
I'm taking what I want.
Okay.
What's wrong?
Taking his championship.
Yeah, I mean, is anybody complaining about LeBron's 4 rings and all-time leading scorer? No, they're not.
Oh, there's plenty of people complaining about that.
It's accolades. I'm building up my accolades.
Oh, this is the Marcus and
Yeah.
okay.
Marcus Johnson.
Is
Hey,
this
guys,
the
that
one that
versus-
Marcus shows his real colors and turns
yeah,
on?
this
Yeah.
is where Marcus.
That's it.
He
I
turns
think
on.
This may be against me and Berto. Is this
Yes,
against me and
this is
Berto?
you.
Yeah.
This against you and
So yeah,
Berto.
watch how Marcus acts here. He's not the good guy that Henry wants him to be. Like
well, look who he's teaming with.
yeah, he's
Adrian.
teaming with Adrian Alexander. I mean,
Yeah, well, Adrian's one of our favorites too. He
And he
has.
got-
and he's talented.
He's up on the wall. He's
Adrian's talented in the ring, but he's done. Way
look at that
worse.
belt he's got on. He's the Nice Guy Andy podcast champion. Look
But
at
you
that
guys-
beautiful
You
belt.
guys got to admit, Adrian has done way worse things than I've done.
That's true.
Well,
And Marcus
he
is
does.
Up here, buddy,
Adrian does what it takes, to get
Yeah.
that champion. And you can see who he's with. He's with Scott Diamond, And, Scott Diamond, will do everything and anything to make sure his guy wins. So, but you see who's next to him, too, is Marcus Johnson.
Mouthing at the fans. I don't talk to the fans that
Oh,
way.
Nick Depp sent in 500 stars. He said, "Hey, Henry Shaw with the."
There you go.
Look at that shuffle, Jeff. And Matty Field said, "Cupid shuffle."
So look at him. He's bumping fists with Adrian. Look at
to the
that belt
fans.
he's got.
I
Oh,
don't
my
talk to the
God. That
fans,
thing is
though.
beautiful.
I
Is that
love,
the
I
hero?
love and appreciate all my fans. I don't mouth off to my fans.
Adrian's going to be on the podcast next week, ain't he?
Yes, he is. And look, Marcus Johnson's supposed to be a hero, but look at him. He's mouthing off. He's doing all the shady stuff.
Watch what happens when I walk out. I'm giving hugs. And
There he is.
You got the fans slid up for you, just like you've always said that they do.
I think it's your. I think
What
it's
is it?
your-
What is it like to wrestle with
Berto's-
Berto?
He's out there a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's out there.
He's a great guy, really nice person.
Yeah. He's like a big kid, ain't he?
Sometimes you got to reel him in.
Yeah.
Because, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
You just got to reel him in and be like, hey, man, it's business.
What's the deal with the hippo?
That's his service animal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keeps him happy.
Yeah. Lets him know that you can do whatever you want in life.
Look at Adrian over there doing push-ups.
And look at Marty. He's keeping.
Berto had some
Berto
family
had-
pictures took with that hippo the other day.
Yeah, he does. He's at the park with the hippo, pushing it in the swing and stuff. It's
Yeah,
like
he's-
it's so like it's great.
And AJ Alexander had to run in with Mrs.
Have you had any
Hippo.
running in with him,
Well,
Henry?
he was supposed to been, he was coming down to.
Allied?
He's out tomorrow actually. And then,
Oh,
show
he's
got
supposed to come
canceled.
down. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to bring him back.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he seems
We're
like a
gonna bring him back.
really good wrestler, man. He's like you said, he's out there. He's like just a big kid, but somebody somewhere has taught him how to wrestle. I don't know where it happened at.
Probably the
but
hippo.
Adrian dealt
think-
with Mrs. Hippo.
You think he
If I'm
got?
not- if I'm
You think
not
he got a
mistaken,
head injury at some point?
He was trained by Eugene. if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
really?
Oh,
Okay.
Eugene. Nick
Okay,
Dismal.
so but we're Eugene's about the same kind of attitude there.
Look at him. He's dancing. He's a happy guy.
Yeah.
But look at Marcus Johnson.
Well, you don't want to
Marcus
touch that
Johnson
hippo though. He'll go
No.
off on you on that hippo.
I told him not to touch the hippo, but they didn't realize I was just warning them. I was like, hey, man, like,
Yeah.
we can wrestle, or you can touch the hippo and get a big guy like Berto mad at you.
Yeah, Marcus Johnson grabbed the hippo. Is that a nice guy or what? He grabbed the hippo and was going to tear its head off.
Yeah.
And Henry says that he's a great guy. Why did he grab the hippo?
I don't know. I haven't seen this. I was going to tell you that.
Okay.
But yeah, Marty stayed true. He said that the fans love him. The fans love him
So-
all over the world.
So April 15th down in Corbin again,
Yep.
and that's a Saturday night.
That's Saturday night. 1 year anniversary.
Who else is other big matches you got going on down there?
Big Johnny G will be taking on Doomsday. What Big Johnny G will be with
Doomsday. I hear he's like
Doomsday
I've
was,
never really seen Doomsday
I
in
have,
action.
It's going to be
picture
a
of him.
battle of monsters. Both John, like John
Yeah,
said,
John's
he's
huge.
John's one of my best friends. He's a giant of a man. And
Yeah.
Doomsday, he ain't no little guy.
He put-
Doomsday is
huge.
When
He
John
does
was
have
here, he
fire.
put Johnny's head in the toilet.
He did.
Yeah. But
Doomsday.
it made his hair grow, so
Doomsday's been making some waves out there in Missouri and Kansas and Oklahoma is where he cut his teeth the first time. We got
so
Doomsday
Big
coming.
John G actually helped you because when he
Yeah.
dunked your head into the toilet, it fertilized your hair.
Yes, it made my hair grow
It
out.
does look a little
I'm
discolored.
happy.
Probably had bleach in there too, is what.
Yeah, it
It
looks
does.
good,
It looks
man.
a little discolored. I think that's something me
Yeah.
and Henry can agree on. Your hair is a little discolored.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bringing back one of from Charlotte, North Carolina, Miss Olivia Devine. She wrestled for us back in November. Made a name for herself at the Sayersville show. But we're going to have her in action. We also got Kellen Craven. We're against Tyler Logan. We have Cody Sparks versus Plaid, Jackie Thad, and of course the main event, winner take all. Marty Clay will be taking on the APW heavyweight champion Marcus Johnson.
We've had Tyler Logan in
Yes,
here,
we
and
have.
we've seen him wrestle down at Generation Next. He's got some skills.
Yeah,
He impressed me.
And
too.
Kellen is, Kellen's one of Larry D's guys,
Yep.
and Larry D and Max Sled has trained him down there at Legends Wrestling Academy. Guys, if y'all need anybody around here, around Lexington, Cynthiana, if you guys want to go wrestling, go down we've checked out the prices, man. I don't want to tell you the prices on the podcast, but you got to ask those guys. But it's so reasonable. It's ridiculously reasonable.
They'll work with you too.
It's ridiculously reasonable.
I mean, Larry D and Max Led training.
Do you have a school?
Do I?
Yeah.
We have. What I have is a non-traditional
Yeah.
approach. We are actually taking anybody that wants to be wrestler, referee, manager, backstage personnel, security, whatever. All you have to do is get on the Ally Pro Wrestling Facebook page and message Ally Pro Wrestling. If you're interested, you have to retain a Kentucky license, whether it be wrestler, referee, or wrestling event staff. But what we do is we do training on the fly. We do before shows. More likely when we start getting more and more our foot in the door, because we're still a young company and everything.
Yes.
We will start having more training sessions. We'll have pop-up training sessions wherever.
Yeah.
But right now we'll train as you go. You'll do the non-traditional way like a lot of us did, because there was no schools when I started. There was only OVW and that was it.
Yes.
And then you had basically what we did. We set up the ring, helped set up the ring, tear down. You will learn everything out of the business.
I enjoy doing that. I enjoy putting up the ring. We put that
Me
ring
too.
up like three times, and
That's the way I was trained at AMW. I would go, we would train before shows, and then we would set up the ring, and Kyle and John and Eddie, they would train us like 4 days a week, and it would be set up. If the building owner was cool with it, we'd leave the ring up, but if not, we would tear it down, come back after, like, because the building would run like parties and family events and stuff like that. So if he had some stuff scheduled, we'd have to take the ring down.
Yeah.
Come back that evening, the next night,
put it back up.
after it was all gone, everybody was out of there, build it back up, then maybe tear it back down that night. So it was like 3-4 days a week.
That's a good thing down there
right.
at New South Wrestling, that he gets to keep that ring up all the time. He runs that building, and he's got a school down there that's Jordan Cage is running is the main trainer, but I don't think he has very many students yet. I don't think they've started yet. But everybody, if you guys need any training, you're around Lexington, another place to go is New South Wrestling. Check out Anthony Presley and get y'all guys get in the ring and see what you can do. You never know what you can do. Just get on in there.
Young or old, don't ever
love
let your
it.
age
Yeah.
fool you.
Well, I've took my physical and I'm going to get my wrestling license.
All right.
But I don't know. Like I'd love to have one match at some point. But I figured I'd be like, with us having the Nice Guy Andy podcast championship, I figured that somebody would want me as a manager at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah.
I'm gonna get my physical.
And Johnny, I think Johnny's still young. He's only 32 years old.
33.
33 years old. And I think that he takes bumps around here in the hallway and stuff. So I think he could actually.
well, that'll make an old man out of you real fast if
Yeah.
you keep
I
doing
know.
that. So.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Been
but
taking
man,
bumps in the hallway. You're
talking
actually
about-
45.
talking about getting back to Legends wrestling school down there, Larry D and Max, man. I just want to tell you guys that they're having the Legends Never End.
Legends never die.
Legends Never Die event down there in Cynthiana. Is the proceeds go to helping Larry build his house back, or
Larry and Paige lost their house in a fire.
man,
He did.
Yeah.
Larry hasn't been on the show yet, but we went down to Bar Brawl a few times and interacted with Larry. Larry's cool as shit. He's told me that he's going to come on the show at some point when everything gets straightened out with him and his dad. And his dad's got cancer, and prayers to his dad, because I told him, I was like, you can replace your house, but you can't replace your dad. So, concentrate on your dad first,
That's
and then,
right.
yeah, that school down there is so reasonable, and he's putting out quality wrestlers. Kellen Craven, Lexus Littlefoot gets better every time we see her. Like, she's down there at New South Wrestling every Sunday. Maybe you try to get her down there at Ally Wrestling at some point, because she is just a phenomenal star. She
stays booked up a lot.
She does,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
because
she
she's
does.
everybody loves her. She's got big. Well, even if nobody likes her, they still love her. She's got a lot of fans.
I will say this. I mean, we'll call them Larry's kids.
Yeah.
Larry's kids stay booked up a lot.
Yeah, they're
do. Hard to, because I've reached out to a lot of them, and they're usually, I'm booked on that day, or I'm booked on that day. I'm like, well, I'll have to get you next
And
time.
they're
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
workers.
And
Yeah.
you're getting Kellen down there.
Yeah, I luck at the draw that one.
Yeah.
Luck at the draw that one.
Kellen's, man, I've seen him wrestle so many times. He's so good. He's got that intensity. He's got that hard hitting action. He loves it, and he's a freaking college educated. he just graduated college like recently, so
Yep.
you know, as smart as they can come, you know. So don't everybody just come on down to Cynthiana, and I think it's going to be at the
Cynthiana City Gym on
Yep.
April 29th. Yeah.
Cynthiana City Gym, April 29th. It's going to be packed with stars.
And show you
These two
support.
guys are going to be here. It's going to be packed with
We
stars.
got people from Gen Next going to be there. New South is going to have a match there. Sin Pro Wrestling, Northern Wrestling Federation, Allied Pro Wrestling is going to have, and just going to be, they're going to have a big battle royal too for
Yeah.
to start the show off. So,
Packed.
I mean, it's going to be packed house, and like I said, all the proceeds go to Larry and his family.
Yeah.
Every bit of it does.
And then I just love that all these independent pro wrestling organizations are coming together, just like the independent wrestlers around here. Nice Guy Andy podcast will be there doing a live. Hopefully,
straight.
the Nice Guy Andy podcast championship belt will be up online. You said if Marty becomes champion, y'all's championship will be on.
I will
be online there too, probably.
That
And-
will be a title match. You
Yeah.
Go ahead and mark that down. It's going to be a title match.
Okay.
And I'm going to beat Henry.
Okay.
He's got
Oh,
the
wow.
confidence.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, it's
No,
just
when-
it's
Exactly.
you know, he's a fortune teller too here.
Especially if you're champion, you got the confidence. You feel like you could beat him any day of the week.
Okay. We'll just have to see.
So
if it
what
happens.
what else is making you guys excited about wrestling like right now in Kentucky? I mean, it's just Kentucky wrestling is just booming. There's people like Carson Drake that comes all the way here from California
Golden
to practice. I mean, to learn and to practice wrestling. We got Tiffany. What was her name? Nevis.
Tiffany Nevis.
Tiffany Nevis came from
Nevis.
Nevis came from Florida all the way up here to Kentucky to practice, to train. We got people going down to Larry to train all the time. What is it about Kentucky wrestling, guys, that this is like the mecca of independent pro wrestling? I feel like.
Well, for years, which I mean, I've been in the business 18 years, and when I first started, there was not that many organizations in Kentucky.
Yeah.
If there was, I mean, I hate to say it, there were some of them that were bad.
Yeah.
Some of them were not up to par to being professional at all. I mean, I can't help to say that, but a lot of those federations are gone now. Kentucky had a bad reputation for a long time. Nobody wanted to come here.
Yeah.
Nobody out of state, unless the money was right, but you had to, some of these guys charged probably double to get here because they knew Kentucky was bad. The last couple of years, say the last 10 years, that
Yeah.
Kentucky's starting to pick up. Like there's more companies now that's going on than I can remember. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there's at least 20 companies active in Kentucky right now. So I mean, anywhere you live in Kentucky, there's a wrestling organization, even if it's across the border, Tennessee, Ohio, whatever. I mean, there's wrestling around. You just got to drive a little bit. You know, you got some guys. I can't remember his last name. I know he says Dustin. This kid comes from Indiana and will come to Kentucky wrestling all the time. He's got pictures on his Instagram.
Oh, fan?
Yeah, a fan that just comes in there.
Yeah.
He loves wrestling and everything, and he puts on there. I like to watch wrestling. I come to wrestling. He came to Allied Pro Wrestling down there in Corbin the other day.
Yeah.
and that's the first time I got to meet him and everything. You know, but you know, it just depends. I mean, we're trying to get to where our foot like. When I started, Ohio and West Virginia around here was your top dogs.
Yeah.
You had a ton, there's a lot of good companies in West Virginia right now. There's a lot of good companies in Ohio. But, I mean, they were the top dog. If you wanted good competition, you went to Ohio, West Virginia. But just now it's starting to get to where we're getting, like everybody, like our good wrestlers are staying. And not everybody's leaving, and most of the time people would drive around and travel around and get actual good wrestling. Now they're
Yeah.
staying in Kentucky to do it. So hopefully, next couple of years, I know there's some more companies, you know, Elite Pro Wrestling's, you know,
Yep, Elite
coming up.
Wrestling
Yeah,
Alliance.
I'm sorry, Elite Wrestling Alliance is coming online here pretty soon, and you know, just it's going to be like one of those competition things. It's going to be a competition federation, but I mean, I'm cooperating with them. One thing I do like about this, I don't have anybody trying to sabotage Allied Pro Wrestling,
Exactly.
and Allied Pro Wrestling is not going to sabotage anyone. Like we're running the same night as Triple Crown, I'm not going to do anything. I wish nothing but the best of
Yeah,
them. You know,
yeah.
I don't want to sabotage
That's-
anybody.
that's
Because
Yeah.
there's enough fans.
There's enough fans where we can split.
Yeah,
you know,
if
and all
you're
that
close to that one and he's close to that one, then you
Yeah.
know
You know,
or you're
people's-
gonna go like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah,
this
you know,
time.
people's going to say, "Oh, you're crazy. You don't want nobody to go to that one."
No.
No, I want every federation, every promotion to be
I want 'em
successful.
all to eat.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is, like he's saying with Triple Crown, a lot of his guys work Triple Crown. A lot of the guys wrestle for all the companies. All the good companies have a lot of the same guys on them, so it does no good to try to sabotage.
let this be known too, because I've said this before. Ally Pro Wrestling will use wrestlers to our best extent. I will not tell anyone not to go anywhere to work.
Yes.
They can work. This is they're not contract with everybody's on a handshake agreement. I will say straight up.
Yeah.
Everybody's on a handshake agreement. I will not tell you cannot go work for this company. You cannot go work for this company. No, because
When he
I've
goes
had-
down there, to wrestle,
Yeah.
he's pretty much practicing, and then he's going to come back and have better skills when he comes to see y'all
whatever.
guys again.
I mean, just whoever goes down there, yeah. But I mean, I want my guys and girls to get the most experience possible, and you can't get it all the time at mine.
Yeah.
You have to go other places. You cannot get any better as a wrestler to wrestle the same people over and over and over and be at the same promotion. I mean, if anybody's listening about that, don't ever stay at the same promotion all the time. I mean, if it's good money and it's what you love, do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say not stay there, but I mean just saying if they tell you you can't go wrestle for somebody, you don't need to wrestle for them. in the
We've
first
even
place.
seen you that you have your own or go wrestle other places.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not going to stick around. I mean, I'll do that for anybody because I've known guys that are promoters and everything. I'll go anywhere they ask.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Everything. So I mean, just you wouldn't believe the experiences and the fun times you get just by going to different places.
Oh yeah. And you get to go like, man, we went down to UCW and Marty was down there.
Yeah.
And the first person we met was Jimmy Walls.
Rated
Yeah.
X.
Rated X, and he
Rated
was
X.
like this. He's this older man now that looks like he's just your grandpa.
But as soon as he gets on that mic, ooh,
We
he
brung him
explodes.
over to the table. He's like, yeah, I'll go in and talk to the guys. He set us up a table. He got his guys set up as a table. He sat over there, and as soon as he got on that mic, man, Rated X came out, and he was like fire. I was like, I got cold chills because I remember like seeing him.
man.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
he is awesome, and he called us last night, and he talked to him about an hour and a half.
I love Jimmy.
Yeah,
Right now.
he's awesome, and then we got to meet Brandon T. Wilson. We got to meet him.
Yeah. Crown Wrestling.
We didn't really get to meet.
Terry, because Terry, once he
was
gets that money,
super busy.
He was counting
Yeah,
money.
he was counting money is what
Yeah.
he's doing, or looking
Yes.
for money that
Yeah.
fell on the ground is what
Yeah.
Trey.
Yeah.
I seen him over there jingling like he was just
Hey.
had his hand in his pocket. Just
they mentioned
That was-
$10 being underneath for a chair, and his eyes got big wide. He's like,
That was an awesome show, though.
That was an awesome show.
it really was.
I hadn't
That
been to a
crowd,
big
man.
show like that since New South was at the Ice Center.
Yeah.
And then
that
like
crowd was just like
that crowd was
everything,
popping.
Reaction.
we got in there, and the crowd like from from 4 to 6 was just like the meet and greet.
Yeah.
And that place was packed at the meet and greet. And then it was like, well, we haven't even opened the gate yet. And I'm like, and then like the bleachers poured in. Johnny farted, so nobody sit behind us.
I didn't
But
fart. It was you that farted because I came back and there was nobody sitting inside.
like the whole bleachers, the bleachers were full. But you think we
I
was
thought there was a
like,
gas leak down there.
Don't
Like,
sit-
the cops and everything.
Don't
We
sit by the
next to a
Lexington,
trash
guys.
can. We sat down next to a trash can, and it was the cleanest trash can you've ever sat down.
I guarantee it wasn't after you got done with it. That's probably why your hair's white.
Yeah.
You lost some nutrients and what you
He strained so
It's
hard.
more like he farted because I was away from the tape.
like the whole bleachers were packed, but there's this little triangle like right behind us that nobody was sitting.
John Gilbert said, "I'm back. Has Henry realized that Marty Clay is the best in APW?"
Who said that?
Big John Gilbert.
John Gilbert.
He said one of the best. You got to give him credit too. He's good.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He said one of the
He's
best.
okay.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
making
he's
making a big name for himself down in Texas right now. I mean, he really
He
is.
was on. He has a little bitty cameo. You can see his ass in the Young Rock show. Right? He walks past the camera. He's there. That's.
This Saturday night. I'm going with John, and we're gonna wrestle match in Texas.
Oh wow!
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, we got big fans in Texas. Texas loves us. They message us
don't
all the
know.
time. We got a few guys that want to come up here from wrestling. I mean, from Texas to be on the show.
Yeah.
I
Especially
don't
at
know if we're
WrestleMania.
gonna be wrestling. Who we're gonna be wrestling against? If it's gonna be a tag team match, they better hope it's not a tag.
Y'all not
team
going down
match.
there to wrestle for Booker T, are you?
No.
No.
Hopefully one day.
It's someday, yeah, someday. He's got his thing in Houston down there. We ought to just go down there one day, fly down to Houston because
Yeah.
I think there's a flight from Lexington to Houston.
Yeah.
Just fly down there and go see one of his shows and just help him put up the ring or something.
There's
I
like
don't
5
know.
promotions that run out of Houston, if not more.
Yeah.
There's a ton of promotions.
That's a freaking big ass city. Man, that's the city. Have y'all ever been to Houston?
No, I've never been
Man, it has bridges everywhere. Just like bridges out of nowhere. Like there's just these big bridges that go like, I'm like, what the hell? Why do you put such a big bridge there?
there.
Like,
Sounds like Philadelphia, only there's a toll bridge on every one of them.
it was crazy. Like I went about a year ago, and it was just silly bridges everywhere.
But I mean, every state has got their wrestling. Texas is a big wrestling
Yeah,
state.
it does. Yeah.
We got some guys from Texas who want to come up for Ally Pro Wrestling, so we're negotiating stuff like that right now. Got some guys from California, from Southern California. They're wanting to come over to Ally Pro Wrestling. And a couple. I had some from Louisiana message me yesterday about coming up. So hopefully we'll have in the future some guys come from all over.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah,
try to-
yeah,
right.
I'm gonna try to include guys. The main roster that sticks with us and everything. We want to try to, take care of them. Maybe I can bring those guys in from the other places and they can wrestle them. But
yeah.
hopefully, Ally Pro Wrestling will make their roster a lot bigger.
Yeah,
here
get a
next
bunch of
bit.
guys from Texas.
That's
Like
why.
Kentucky versus Texas have a show like
That's
that
why
or
I'm
something.
starting to like Kentucky so much because we're starting to have great wrestling. And all the promotions are working together.
Yeah.
And that just helps business boom.
Well, Kentucky has always been called Texas' little sister anyway. Anything Texas does, Kentucky does too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's
Damn
do it.
straight.
Well, if Henry's going to do a Kentucky versus Texas, he better hope I'm his champion
Yeah.
because I'll represent his company better than anybody.
it'd be bad if a Texas guy took that title off him if he had it in the first
wow.
place and everything.
He
So
No way.
okay.
That's confidence right there. No Texas man's going to be taking the title off him if he ever wins it.
That's right. Texas
Yeah, he's
versus
gotta win
Kentucky.
it
Let's
first.
make it happen.
When I
Texas
win
versus
that-
Kentucky.
When I win that title, I'm going to hold it until I don't want to.
Yeah, there you go.
He got the right idea.
I think
too.
that's what's going to happen with Roman Reigns. I think he's just going to give up the title. He's going to win at the WrestleMania and just give up the titles the next night. Like, here,
He'll retire it and just retire and leave.
you just split them up.
He's had it for over a year now, or
Yeah,
longer
about
than
2
that.
years.
Oh
2
yeah,
years.
he'll have it like 1,000. Like if he goes past WrestleMania, he'll have it over 1,000 days.
He ain't gonna have the San Martino. Bruno San Martino had the record
Yep.
for years, and I don't think anybody's ever gonna crack that one.
No,
Bruno's
mine's
record
been
is
cracked.
2,000
Like
and something days.
2,000 or 3,000 or something.
It
crazy.
was almost 10 years. Bruno San Martino had that title, something like that. It was 8 years or something like that.
That was back before TV and stuff, though, where people wouldn't get so bored with it,
Yeah, they couldn't see
Yep.
it. Like you'd almost have a different crowd every time. I'd say.
Well, I mean, back in the early mid 2000s, everybody was hating on Cena because Cena kept the title for many years.
Yep.
Man, Triple H did that shit back in the day too. It drove me crazy because every time he would just beat everybody, and I was like, I hate Triple H.
I hated him. As a kid, I hated him, and now I'll go back and watch. Like,
Oh, I love it
if
now.
I get on, like, Peacock or WWE Network or whatever, I
Yeah.
just watch, like, the old stuff. Like, I watch, like, Eddie Guerrero stuff like that. That's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
Not really old to me.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
22 years old, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's old to me. So
I'm almost 50, and so I like when people ask me what was your first experience with wrestling. I like NWA, was it AWA, like back in the day when Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen were going up against Nikita Koloff and all that.
Yeah.
WWE wasn't my first. It was all those guys, Ric
Yeah,
Flair and those
AWA.
guys. Yeah,
NWA.
you're not as old as me, but
WCW.
you probably.
I remember those days. I mean, the Jim Crockett days and all that stuff. I remember that.
The
But
first time I seen wrestling was like my grandpa was watching it Saturday morning. It was those guys. It was Ric Flair and them. Like, who the fuck's this guy with the blonde hair that just goes woo? I loved it. I was hooked at that point.
my grandmother hated Ric Flair with every bone in her body. Wanted to kill him and break the TV every time she saw him on there. Especially when you remember the old WCW on TBS, where they would do the interviews right next to the ring and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised how many times she spilled coffee just sitting there shaking.
Oh, yeah,
Especially
yeah.
when he would woo. I hate that man.
Yeah,
She'd say,
and Arn Anderson was.
Even, like-
Man, I don't think Arn gets enough credit, man, because he was fire. Arn Anderson was fire. He was a badass. He was fire, and his
And
promos.
you believed everything that he said.
He believed. Like, you really believed that. Ric Flair. I think that I was like iffy about him, but like this guy, this Arn Anderson guy, is a bad motherfucker. Like, he's like your crazy uncle that
And he didn't have to scream to get his words out there.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I like when I get new guys and girls that come in to train, and they'll ask me, like, straight up, they'll ask, what videos do I need to watch? Like, because
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you this right now. If you're a new wrestler, you've got to watch old tape and old wrestling because that's the way you're going to learn. You cannot, like, I'm just going to wrestle and not watch anything.
Yeah.
There is no wrestler on this earth that does not watch wrestling, even if it's old or new or whatever. I tell them, you go watch Arn Anderson. You go watch Tully Blanchard. You go watch
Ole Anderson was good.
Ole was great.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express. If you want to watch tag team wrestling, you watch those guys.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that don't give them enough credit for it was a lot of guys hated it on those years. I can't remember what the era was called, but it was the era before the Attitude Era of WWF when it was was it the golden era?
The new era.
New era. Okay. The 94
all
through
the
90.
gimmicks.
Yeah.
All the gimmicks and stuff.
Listen,
like
one of the
that.
greatest matches. Like, you guys get chance to watch this.
Put it on when he pills it.
Razor Ramon versus
1, 2, 3 kid.
no, that's a good one too.
That's a ladder match, right?
Rick the Model Martel for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, Rick Martel.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my entire life. But you go watch that old stuff. Go watch old 1, 2, 3 Kid. Before he was X-Pac.
Yeah.
But I mean, Owen Hart. Oh, Bret Hart. All those guys. Owen versus Bret. Those were the absolute phenomenal. I don't know what you're typing in, but there was a banana cream pie on there now.
We watch food.
Right there it was.
We watch food sometimes around here. Just go back to space. There you go. There it is, right there. Full length match. There we go. Let's watch that.
I watch a lot of that World of Sport. I don't know if you guys have ever checked that out. It's
I have.
old school British wrestling.
Oh, okay. No.
Like
That's
Marty
good stuff.
Jones and those guys. Marty Jones is the one that trained Regal, and it's like
Regal's a badass, dude. I wish that he had got the WWE champion or WWF championship at some point.
He's
Because,
the type of person who probably didn't want it.
man, he was
watched
just
one
so tough. Like, so tough.
I watched one just the other night. It was a really young Dynamite Kid against Rollerball Rocco.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, starts out a really competitive match, and then Rocco gives him something that's like, kind of like a little bit cheap,
Yeah.
So then Dynamite Kid gives it right back, and by the end of it, they're like bleeding.
They're actually fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man there rocking the sparkly
Yeah.
sequin jacket.
He was so underrated.
He was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
so
was.
underrated.
Did he get hurt real bad and then stop wrestling for a while?
I
then?
can't remember if it was him or his attitude in the politics probably got him out of that problem, honestly.
He got injured during the WCW match, and because he was already injured, and they want him to take a spot by Steve Ray, he said never again because that same spot once again planted him right onto his neck that was already hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he retired.
I didn't know that. I thought it had
Those
been
are, that's the Harlem Heat is a tag team that was always my favorite. That I didn't think that ever really got enough recognition.
I got to see Harlem Heat and Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson go at it one night in Paintsville, Kentucky. As one of the greatest. I was probably 10 years old.
Oh, man.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Gosh.
I bet you was like,
Stevie
yeah.
Ray was probably the biggest human I saw at the time.
No wonder you love wrestling.
Oh my gosh, man! It was.
I've always been a big fan of Booker T, man.
I love Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat, Booker T. When he was GI Bro, it was just, he's a great guy,
They
man.
were in black and red. That's how I remember that.
The
Because
Spinneroonie and the black and red, and they would do the black and gold sometimes.
Both of these guys right here inside the ring were awesome wrestlers.
Yeah,
I wish that I had like grown up during the Attitude Era
yeah.
in a way, and then in another way, I'm like, probably a good thing I didn't.
Yeah, but like
I would have stayed in trouble at school.
you get to go back and watch my kid.
But
My
like
kids are
flipping people
like,
off.
my oldest son's 23, and then my youngest one's 12. They both know the whole Attitude
Yeah,
Era. They
yeah.
know who Stone Cold was.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold and Rock was having their feud way before they were even born, but they
Yeah.
know all that. They watched all that stuff. YouTube is so good for all that, man. It's just all there.
Yeah.
Like if you love wrestling, you can just sit and watch wrestling all the time if
Yeah.
that's what you wanted to do.
I mean, look at that. You got a fan now chimed in. Jack Gordon, he said, Marty, I want you and Oliver in a steel cage. I'm sick and tired of his punk-ass manager.
Me too, buddy. I'm sick and tired of him as manager and everybody that's on his side, whatever. I would love a chance to get in a steel cage with him. And
Where are
check
you
his
wrestling him at? Down at
New South.
the New South?
He's the Englishman that can't.
Oh, yeah, I know who he is. I just was wondering, like, where you had
Oh, and
to go
his
through that.
manager is now commissioner of EWA.
Yeah, I know. It's like, is this going to be another man in power screwing me over at EWA? I don't know.
Adrian and them, they're talking like they're going to be like, not politicking and stuff, but
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
When
you know,
it was announced that Ben was the commissioner of EWA, they said he was going to be straight down the middle, and I was like,
I mean, you know, even with Anthony
I'll give anybody a chance, but I don't know, I'm a little bit iffy about it.
You know, even with Anthony Presley, how good a guy he is, he has his favorites too. You can just you're human. If you own a wrestling organization, you're just human. You got to know, like, you got to like have your idea of who you want to be champion, and if it's got to be. You know that it's got to be like if you got a champion that you don't like and that you don't think represents your company so much, it's like
it could be your downfall.
It could be your it could be an aggravation.
I've seen that plenty of times. Yeah, I've seen that plenty of times, especially if they're friends.
Yeah,
and everything.
That's
I mean,
true.
that's honestly that's a total shoot on the other one.
That's what's screwing me over at APW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you suggesting that Marcus Johnson?
I think this is really what I think. This is how I really feel the situation is going. Haven't got a chance to really explain it that well, but here's what I think it is. I think Henry and Marcus are jealous that they've both been doing this 10 and 18 years. I've been doing this for not even 4 years.
Yeah.
Yet. I'm in about 3.5 years, and I'm about to beat Marcus. And I've held these titles all over the place. And I think Henry don't want me to hold his title, especially before he gets to.
Man, your wrestling in the last year or so is freaking just came from just skyrocketed.
Well, I started working on, like, Shawn Michaels, I think, is the best, probably the best ever at all of it.
Yeah.
Like, combine everything, like charisma, talking, in-ring. He's probably the best ever.
Yeah. One of them, yeah.
And he brought about this era, and people were copying him, and just, like, a lot of people just took the moves. I try to take everything else, too. Like, the little stuff is what I try to copy.
Yeah.
Because that matters the most, that little stuff. And, like, I can do all the big, cool moves, whatever. I can do any move I want to in the ring. But
that's right.
If the little stuff looks bad. It was like I was talking earlier, people talking about the Kenny Omega match last night. I seen clips of it. He's just standing there like watching the dude.
Yeah, that other guy was way more amazing than him, I thought.
Yeah, but it's like, why are you letting this guy hit you?
Exactly.
It's like you're standing there watching this guy come flying at you.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Just move, dude.
It makes no sense to just sit
if
there and watch.
If I'm in that ring and somebody's coming at me doing 3 or 4 flips, I'm going to be like, no, buddy, you should go hit the
move
ground
out the
here.
way.
Yeah.
Let that
who was the
person
guy
lead.
he was wrestling? Because we had it on the wrestling here. We didn't get to catch it, but who was it?
Vikingo from AAA.
He,
I mean, he's insane.
Insane, yes. Like, those Japanese wrestlers are freaking out of this world, man. Those guys are nuts
down
over
in
there.
Mexico.
Yeah, is that where he was from?
Mexico.
AAA down there. In Mexico.
Oh, so he was a okay. I just kind of.
I think he's their champion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, AAA and CMLL, that's the big ones in Mexico. New Japan and Noah and Dragon Gate's the big ones in Japan.
New Japan guys are they're that over there is just ridiculous the way what they do over there.
Yeah.
Alex Zane is actually from Lexington. He's over there in Japan.
Yep.
I try to catch him. I want to get him on the podcast so bad, but he was in town. I work with his cousin over at UPS, and he was in town the other day, and I was like, get him on the show. He's like, he's leaving Wednesday. I'm like, so.
John Gilbert said, boom, you got roasted by him.
When?
Just a few minutes ago.
Tell him to comment faster next time.
Tell him he can call if he wants.
Yeah, okay.
John, you can call if you want, man.
What are they saying?
Marcus can call too if he's up, you know.
I think they got scared because he saw that Mark Clayside studio.
Well, you can't beat him up over the phone.
Yes, Marty is a really great wrestler. Yes, I am. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. Jacob Gordon.
Do I think CM Punk's going to come back to AEW? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he is. I think all this is, hopefully all of it's a work. Hopefully they're not all acting like big babies up there. And they're up there with all that big money and they're acting like freaking babies. Like, come on, man. Like, you guys, quit all your CM Punk, Tony Khan. If it's not a work and y'all are acting like big babies up there, then, I don't even want to watch it. I'm hoping it's a work. I hope CM Punk is working them all. I hope they're all working each other because,
well, if they're not, I mean, I would gladly take CM Punk's spot.
Someone's calling.
Oh, somebody's
I'd
calling.
rather watch independent wrestling right here. Allied Pro Wrestling.
Well, I don't blame you there, Johnny.
especially with Marty Clay.
Nice Guy Andy podcast. Who we got? Oh, I turned it up.
Hello?
Nice Guy Andy podcast. Who do we have here?
Big John.
Oh, Big John. How you
He's
doing,
in the
Big John?
house.
I'm doing great.
The star of Young Rock.
Yes, sir.
That's
Mr.
me.
Mr.
You're-
Hollywood himself.
Mr. Hollywood, your ass is a star. We seen your ass on TV.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Like, how did you get that gig?
Look at him. He's huge.
He's a fucking star.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a star, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Marty
he's-
Clay.
Just know somebody that knows somebody?
No, they actually just posted on Facebook that they just needed 4 big guys.
Yeah.
So I just sent my stuff, and they called me on Thursday and was like, "Hey, can you be in Memphis tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah." Went down there and filmed.
Did is there any other things you're going to be doing with them, or is that just a one shot? Or
For now, it's just a one shot because that was the end of the season. So when they start filming season 4, I'll try
yeah.
some more.
Yeah, I was wondering if they shot some other stuff of you that we hadn't seen yet.
It'd be awesome to see you on there.
Yeah, no, not for anything now, but
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully for next season.
Well, you know, it's a big deal to us. Like I told Johnny, he was like, he's really on there. Yeah, I was like, that show, man. I really wasn't interested in it until like I found out you were on there, and then I ended up started watching it, and I've really liked that show. Have you guys watched that show, Young Rock? Yeah. I never even thought about even watching it because I was just like, I don't know, it just kind of seemed cheesy to me. But then, like, I found out that John Gilbert was on there. You sold the show for me. Even your big ass sold the show for me.
John Gilbert is a star, and that's why.
But then I was like, I'm gonna watch that show. So I started watching it, and then the episode hadn't even came out when I started watching it. But that's a great show. It really is.
He's got an IMDb credit now, so he can put that on there.
Exactly.
On his resume.
Heck yeah, he does.
Exactly.
I'm doing all this stuff to prove to Henry that I am a top tier talent in APW.
I think
And
he just
that
wants to
I-
hold the young guys down.
Yeah,
What it is, Johnny. He wants to hold us young guys down.
Because you got to remember, Marty, me and you at the first Sawyersville show put a whooping on him and Crash,
Yeah.
and then they had to cheat to win the match.
Yeah, they
Sure
bragged.
did. We sure did.
You guys were bragging about winning, and you pinned me, and I wasn't even the legal man.
One in, one out, and one in, one out. Y'all
Hit a double team
attacked
move,
me.
pinned me. I'm not the legal man, so I'm like.
According to the referee, that was the legal man, so he
by
counted
the-
1, 2, 3.
By the
is what he
time I
did.
realized what the hell's going on, like stupid ref counting over here, the match was over.
Well,
and I'm like,
Henry, the thing is, you pay the ref. You pay the ref.
You guys really are getting screwed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Henry, you really are screwing
Big
these
John-
guys.
Yeah, I am Big Johnny G. Tell them what else you are at APW. What are you one half
I'm
of?
one half of the longest reigning APW tag team champions.
Wow.
And I'm keeping you down, am I? Is that what I'm doing? I'm keeping you down? Is that
You
what I'm
can't. You're trying, but you can't.
I've tried.
Just like you're trying to keep me down, but you're not
Okay.
going to be able to.
We'll
Big
find
John
out.
Gilbert.
We'll find out on April 15th. At the
Big John Gilbert.
We're both bucking your system.
Big John Gilbert will be here next Wednesday.
And you guys are more than welcome to call in and
That's true.
when he's on here.
Especially Marty.
I wouldn't want him to cry if I called in on it. So what am I doing?
It's a big show. We're going to celebrate. We're just going to talk about Big John G the whole show and just celebrate all his accomplishments and him being the tag team champions down there. And then you and Marty are going to go to Texas together. We're going to really need to know about that whole trip.
There.
We're going to have to need some clips and everything. And we just might fly down just to watch you guys.
We'll come right on.
It's next Saturday, April 1st in Detroit, Texas.
Detroit, Texas. Okay.
It's Ground One Wrestling.
You guys driving down there or y'all flying?
We're driving.
Yeah. That's going to be a long drive.
It's going to be roads.
I love Texas, though. I love Texas.
See, I love to drive to Texas. Like I'm making it Friday night,
Yeah.
and so it's very beautiful, very scenic.
Yeah. Awesome. So you called in to tell Marty how good of a wrestler he is?
Oh yeah, I came to call and praise Marty because Marty. If we're thinking about it tonight, Marty is the star of the show.
Yeah.
Henry's like your backup filler.
And I wasn't even supposed to be here, really.
Yeah.
But the champ canceled.
Yeah, the champ canceled.
Well,
I was
on Instagram and I saw that Henry and Marcus were on there. I was like, I'm gonna tune out. But then I pull up Facebook and I see Marty Clay sitting there. I was like, I'm going to watch this tonight.
Exactly, because like you know, for some reason I just felt like that Marcus wasn't going to come, and I was like, so I was like, I reached out to Marty. Me and Marty's really good buddies. Every time we see each other, we're just out there. Me and Johnny and Marty are just always bullshitting with each other.
That's
you know,
right.
before the matches, and you know. And so I just like, Marty, won't you know, you got all this heat with Marcus, won't you just come on over too? And you know, you're always Marty's been in the podcast you know, studio a few times, and we just kind of like, you know, you this is your home, so come on
And
over.
we think Sean John leaked the information that Marty was going to be here, and that's what made Marcus Johnson. Well, he probably got satisfied with what Henry Shaw was saying, but
I was
I
wanting
think
to
they're
come
scared.
and try to get his head right for this tag match on Saturday, but I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if he's going to be there now. So
I feel like you could win the titles on your own.
You should,
well,
yeah.
I mean, Rex is. I may have to call Big John.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Rex is huge,
He's a
yeah.
giant of a man.
Rex is huge.
I might need my.
I wrestled Rex a year ago.
He's a big guy, and how big is that? That dude is like almost 7 foot tall. He's got to be 400 pounds, and he moves like freaking like he's like a
cruiserweight.
like he's a small guy.
Yeah, he's super athletic.
He is super athletic. I've seen him.
He did pretty good that night.
Yeah, and you know, and Adam Swayze is, you know, he'll do whatever it takes to
Marty
win.
Clay could stretch him like a pretzel.
Oh yeah, but he's a good wrestler too. He really is.
I think I could go with Swayze.
Yeah, I would love
But
to see that match.
Rex is the one I would be worried about.
Oh man, it's like, what do? You grab him
Yeah,
around
but
the
he's a
head, like you.
gigantic man.
Well, you. It's like almost like wrestling a tree. How can you wrestle a tree? Have you ever wrestled a tree, Henry?
Yeah, both him and Adam Swayze both
Oh,
times. Yeah,
you've wrestled Rex, so
Yeah.
you know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Powerful man.
Yeah, you're a big guy yourself. You're a big tough
He
guy.
uses Adam Swayze as a weapon sometimes too, and I mean it's a beautiful team. You know,
Yeah.
Hollywood, you know.
Oh
Henry,
man,
Henry
the
might
Bucks.
tell Marcus not to show up, just hoping Rex hurts me so he can save his champion. Is what my
Knowing Marty, he probably
Marty
played
actually.
What is it,
Go
John?
ahead, John.
Henry's
Go ahead.
Henry is probably paying Marcus to stay home
Yeah,
so that Rex would hurt you.
yeah. He's probably Henry's wanting Rex to put me out for the next few months.
I wouldn't be
think.
surprised if Marty used some kind of like he caught a rat up and he sabotaged Marcus's meal or wherever it was. It's probably caught some rat up there in Taco Bell and said, "Hey, won't you? If that guy ever comes through, this is what you need to do."
I don't have to say.
Why is your champion eating Taco Bell in the first place?
Yeah, I don't.
Taco Bell's
eat
a
Taco
champion
Bell.
meal right there because I can vouch for that right there.
I woke up this morning. I had steak. I had steak and rice.
That's
morning.
a champion's meal.
That's a
right
champion's
That's
meal.
what I ate today.
Good for you.
I didn't stop by Taco Bell.
Big John, what did you have this
You even
morning?
have Taco Bell up there?
I had
And
steak and
KFC.
egg.
He had
Oh,
steak and
oh,
eggs.
but
See,
sorry, I didn't know
these
that.
two guys are pro wrestling professionals. They're eating steak in the morning, and Marcus is having Taco Bell.
And having to cancel appearances because of Taco Bell. I mean,
Come
how
on.
reliable of a champion is that, really?
What's gonna be next, Henry? You gonna cancel your show? Even gonna show up April 15th?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he'll definitely show up.
What happens when he eats at McDonald's?
Well, when he don't show up, you can just come out and hand me that title. As much as it's going to hurt your feelings to do so, you can come out and hand me that title when Marcus has another
He'll show up.
excuse.
He'll show up.
Hey, Big G, did you hear that Marty already he forfeited his next match? He already evened the score, so he's so
He's such a
confident.
nice guy.
He's so confident he's going to
Amen to
beat
that.
Marcus Johnson that he's like he gave Marcus a win.
Hey, I don't blame him because honestly, you don't want to beat Marcus 2-0. You'll
Yeah.
feel bad for that,
Yeah.
but you want to give him.
I still like the guy.
Yeah, because his kid is your best fan. You don't want to
Yeah.
embarrass him in front of his kid.
Yeah, I don't want to embarrass Marcus to the point where he don't even want to wrestle anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
That might be what it does if I beat him twice, 2-0. So
yeah.
it'll say in the record books I won 2-1. It wasn't a clean sweep, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be a clean sweep.
Yeah, because you have respect for his son,
Yeah.
and such he's your biggest fan.
I respect Marcus.
Yeah.
I know I'm better. That's the whole deal.
That's right.
I know I'm better. Henry knows I'm better.
And he's disagreeing with that.
Disagree with it big time.
Yeah.
You'll see.
That overconfidence is going to cost you in the long run,
on
brother.
April 15th.
That
you'll see.
overconfidence is going to cost you in the long run.
It hasn't yet.
It's going to. Trust me, it's going to.
Big G, are you going to be down at Legends Never End? Legends
Never
Never Die.
Die.
Legends Never Die.
I am, yeah.
Oh wow, who are you taking on? Do you know or?
I don't know yet. They hit me up, asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said, of course.
Heck
So,
yeah, of course they want a star like you on that show.
Dang
You've been on the Young Rock show. I mean, you're freaking, you've been on Peacock
Hey,
channel.
Big John Gilbert, do you think Marty Clay could beat Henry Shaw?
Marty Clay could beat Henry Shaw with one hand tied behind his back.
Oh wow, maybe that should be a stipulation.
I'm down. I'm down for it.
Wow,
I don't think he would be down for that.
you don't want to be down for that?
No.
I'm surprised it don't happen. I
Yeah.
mean, the way Henry likes to pull the strings.
I ain't pulling any strings. Yeah, I'm not pulling any strings.
He don't have to
whatsoever.
pull a string. He's already like, he don't have to pull no strings. He's
I
the,
gave you an
you
offer.
are the man. He's
Yeah,
the man down there at Alamo Pro Wrestling. He calls
he's
all
got
the
whole
shots.
puppet. He ain't pulling a string. He's got the whole puppet.
Yeah.
I gave you an opportunity for the tag titles at one time, did I not? You failed at that one, didn't you?
With like 5 other teams.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you had enough confidence where you could do anything.
And it was against Big John.
Oh,
I mean,
so you're not as good as Big John, is what you're saying?
I didn't get pinned.
No, but you still didn't win.
Yeah, he didn't get good.
I didn't get pinned. If it had been me and John, I mean, we would have just ran through everybody.
Uh-huh.
That would have been about a 2-minute match if me and John were together.
That's right.
But I didn't get pinned. I got jumped on, and I turned around, and some dude's jumping off a truck, jumping off a tractor or a trailer.
Can we get Marcus to call in? Is he just that sick that he can't call?
He did
even
not
call
respond
us?
to me either.
Wow, that
Oh,
Taco
If I
Bell
remember
must have.
correctly,
That Taco Bell
I
must
said
have.
Dawson's face.
Omega
Yeah.
just chimed in. Omega said, Marty Clay split my wig open with a kendo stick once. I'm not bitter, though.
I really did. I felt terrible. That's a shoot.
Omega's
That's a shoot. I felt terrible.
yeah.
I still feel bad. That's like the one thing I've done in the ring that I'm still like, if I think about it, I'm like, damn.
That guy's huge.
Yeah.
Omega's arms are like freaking big as my legs.
Omega was my second match ever.
Guys, if you're up in Louisville and you need worked out, Pitbull Fitness, guys, get a hold of Omega. And he's a personal trainer, and he will, his arms are as big as
It'll get you whipped in shape.
his arms as big as my legs, and I'm not a little small
Omega,
guy.
My second match ever was Omega.
Yeah,
He humbled me pretty quick.
yeah, he's a cool guy, man. We had him in the Stock Podcast studio about 2 weeks ago.
Yep, about
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He was signing autographs at the Arnold.
That's
Sport.
his real name.
Yeah.
His real name is Omega D. Like
Yeah.
that's his mom named him Omega. Like that means the end, I think.
That's a badass name.
Years ago, I saw him up there at the Arnold Sports Festival. He was signing autographs in line while he's waiting for protein.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah, he's a badass, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's a badass.
And his pops is Victor Bruiser.
Yeah, Victor Bruiser's
Vic is awesome.
Vic's cool too, man. We had Vic in here. Vic come in and he was so quiet when he sat down. He had his girlfriend with him. She sat over there and they just kind of like whispering to each other. And I was like, oh my God, he's not going to talk. He's just
Man,
going to
he
sit
blew you
there.
away.
And he didn't really talk to me much. He had one, when I was talking to him, asking one word question answers, like when we was off, as soon as we went live, I started talking to him. He was like money, man. I was like, oh, good. I'm so glad.
He lit up.
Some people I get in here and I have to pull their, they have to pull teeth to like get them to say anything. And it's like,
How many times did he say, yeah?
He said it a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
he's awesome, man.
I first wrestled
I
him
wanna
back
get-
in 07. Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh, man. I was almost 3 years in, and it's probably my toughest opponent that day.
Yeah.
Put a hurting on me in Mount Sterling one night.
Oh,
Look at the-
shit.
yeah.
So Henry had to have you back sometime. If you had to pick somebody that you wanted to sit across the table from and just sit and talk about wrestling with, that you are associated with, one of your good friends, who would you like to have in here? Because I'd love to have you in.
Don't
and-
put me on the spot like that because I want to make a lot of
Probably
people mad.
Marcus. I'd say Marcus.
Marcus?
That's how it's been going.
Was
here
this
lately.
was this going to be your big deal? Like Marcus, you and Marcus sitting in here together?
No.
Yeah, they were going to sit here and talk about how bad of a guy I am when I'm not doing anything wrong.
That's true.
That's why I wanted to come, because I wasn't going to let somebody sit here and slander my name for 2 hours
Yeah, yeah.
when I haven't done anything to deserve it.
All right, you're asking who I would rather
Oh
have.
yeah. I'd love to like bring you back with somebody you picked to come, because I've had Scott Diamond and Bobby Blade in here together, and they went 4 hours talking
We've
the
had
old school
Donnie
stuff.
They
Green.
probably
Bear
sucked
Steel.
enough oxygen out of this room and probably
They
exploded.
did.
Donnie Green, I've had Donnie Green and Bear Steele in here. I've
Chucky
had
Smooth and
Chucky Smooth and Al Steele in here. But I'm trying to bring in that little versus kind of thing where everybody, you pick somebody and y'all sit here.
We go way back. I will say this, and it's going to break Marty's heart and everything, but I mean, Larry D.
Larry D.
Without a doubt.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to get Larry in. Larry, Larry's he's a big star. Larry's a big star.
I'm just glad it wasn't Marcus, because I'm like, that would just confirm everything I've been saying.
Yeah.
I think somebody's jealous of Marcus.
So you got a lot of history with Larry.
I've known Larry since I went to Mountain Wrestling Association back in '05. When I went when they were doing the Esther Street Jubilee in Mount Sterling. They did shows there every week, and I went there and wrestled one time. And I guess I thought I did so bad I never got a call back.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere I got a call and it's like, why haven't you come back to us? I was like, well, I thought I did bad enough. Like, no, brother, come on. And then I stayed with them probably a good 2.5, 3 years.
They just had so many stars there, didn't they?
They had a ton.
Yeah, I keep hearing every story. This about every podcast, Terry Smothers' name comes. I mean,
the great
Tracy Smothers' name comes
yeah.
up. Tracy Smothers' names come up, and then NWA, how big of a program they had going on down there in Georgetown.
Yeah. I mean, even when they ran like Richmond, they used to run Montgomery County High School. They brought one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. They brought in Abyss versus Eddie Browning, and that was phenomenal. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. Larry D versus Jerry the King Lawler was one of the favorite shows that I got to wrestle on. Samoa Joe versus Donnie Green, and with Wildcat Chris Harris used to come down there a lot. Wildcat Chris Harris and Samoa Joe versus Larry D and Donnie Green. That was one of those shows that I was on. That I remember that place. It was the National Guard Armory in Richmond. That place packed out. And I mean, one of those, we had pay-per-views and DVDs and all that stuff. And then, had a feud with Bobby Blade down there. That was one of my favorite feuds of ever.
Oh, Bobby is great.
And I always joked around and said that he had the stiffest punches ever was. And he always apologized afterwards and everything. He said, brother, I couldn't see. I'm sorry. But I mean, I
love having him in the studio. He's been in the studio twice, and I love having him in here.
But I mean, that was one of my favorite locker rooms, growing up in the business and everything. That was one of my favorite locker rooms going up because every one of those guys were phenomenal.
Yeah, I love bringing any of those guys back in here. I'm going to have Jimmy in here, Jimmy Walls in here at some point. And he, it's
the same thing like Terry England and Jimmy Walls and everything. I cut my teeth down there too.
Yeah.
And those locker rooms that they kept. You're in a locker room. Your promoter keeps a locker room. You especially if you guys and girls go to places that you don't know. Like I've been to places that this is gonna be fun, and it'd be absolutely a crap shoot. And all that stuff. But then I've got some places that I've been to that I thought, I'm going to hate this. This is going to be awful, and had the best time of my life, and even going back and more. But I mean, it's just what the promoter and some bookers can bring in because your locker room is also makes your promotion. Yeah. But I mean, it just
was Terry England? Was he a wrestler?
Terry did back in the day.
He was.
But when I got in, Terry was like phasing out.
Promoting.
He's promoting and stealing dollars off the
and
ground.
Now he's all about that.
I mean, have you got memes about Terry England paying you? And I mean, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He's the real life Mr. Craig.
I think Anthony did Anthony Presley tell the story?
Johnny Terry will be wanting royalties from SpongeBob.
Yeah. Anthony Presley told the story about somebody brung in some donuts give to the guys in the back and. Terry took him out there and started selling them at the concession.
He grabbed the box of donuts and he took them out.
I mean, one of the common things is the promoter will have, especially if you're doing like summer shows and everything, the promoter will have water, ice cold water, and no joke, Terry England will try to take it and sell it outside. Like, I got ice cold water here, and all it's for the guys in the back and everything. It's just funny. Like he talks about all these old school wrestling. And then one night I mentioned to him, I said, hey man, I have an idea. Why don't you get me and Crash Jackson versus Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton, Control Chaos going against the Rock and Roll Express, and his first words out of his mouth was, "Brother, I can't afford that." Yeah. And I said, "Yeah, you can." He said, "Well, if I can, I'll have to take out a loan." And I said, "You don't want to do that, do you?" He said, "No, brother." He's like, "By the way," and then he just completely changed the subject. Like pretend that I didn't hear that.
Those guys were so nice to us when we went down there to the Super Show. They were so nice to us. They were
never got
great
to meet Terry England because once he got back there, he was counting that money.
He did announce that he announced that we were there and that he put us over. And thank you, Terry, for doing that.
And he sent me voice messages after.
Yeah, he won't text you back. He'll send you a voice message back because I said, "Why don't you text?" He said, "I can't see the keys, brother." That's what he was. But he'll probably 9 times out of 10. Terry England sleeps with a envelope of money every night. Guaranteed. It's at least every night.
It's got one of those little counters on it.
It's probably about like $30 in ones in an envelope, and he's just laying on it like a pillow. That's what it is.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah. He's got names for his dollar bills and everything. That's what it is.
That's funny. That's funny. Those guys are awesome.
Well, this is a total shoot, by the way. I'm not joking about this. It's probably a total shoot. He's probably going to text me in the morning. Brother, what'd you talk about before?
Hey, when we were down there and someone mentioned $10, you'd be when $10 is on his seats, his eyes were like,
Yeah, he was looking.
Yeah.
where's that money at?
There's a young Henry Shaw out there
Yeah, versus Eugene.
versus Eugene.
That's who Berto gets his stuff from right there.
That was the same night I wrestled Omega in my second match.
Oh,
ever.
really? Okay.
Hell yeah.
As a fan throws nachos on Henry here in a minute.
Man, you look
I was-
young
I-
in this one. How many years ago was this? You look young in this.
I think this was 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
about 3.5. That was in May. That's when I debuted as the second night after my first match.
So about 3 or 4 years ago.
So yeah.
That's
Wow.
legit probably one of the toughest opponents I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh, Eugene?
Oh, my gosh.
Nick
Yeah.
Dinsmore.
Phenomenal wrestler, though. I mean, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Nick truly is.
Yeah.
Is he still doing it? He's still wrestling like this?
I think he's slowed down a lot, but I've seen like a couple of things on his flyers and everything, and he's like, man,
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen a post on his Facebook saying he was taking bookings.
Really?
yeah, he lives in South
Yesterday.
Dakota. He had his own league up. He had his own promotion up there in South Dakota. And everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think at one time there was only 2 promotions in South Dakota the entire time.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't figure they'd be very bored up there because there's nothing to do because it snows like 9 times out of the year. 9 months out of the year. Up there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He told some great stories in the back.
So I've asked you. I'm sure I've asked you before when you was on here who you would you know the big names that you've wrestled and stuff like that. But who would you like if you could pick somebody to headline main event one of your Allied Pro Wrestling events? Like you could pick anybody. Who would you pick?
Big John and Marty Clay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right there. That's what I was about to say.
Look at that.
I have to pay people to come watch that. We talking about like people that
Anybody.
anybody?
Anybody.
That's a tough question.
Your
there.
dream promote. You're promoting a main event. This is your dream match.
Honestly, and I met the man years ago and passed away. I wanted I actually looked into getting Jay and Mark Briscoe.
Okay.
I actually
Hell
looked into.
yeah.
I
Oh,
looked into them.
yeah.
I looked into getting those.
Man,
And-
what a loss, right?
Yeah, I actually looked into getting Jay. I met Jay and Mark a couple
Yeah.
years ago and everything. The phenomenal guys and everything.
Those guys loved wrestling. You could tell those guys loved wrestling. They were all about wrestling.
I
That's
love Jay Briscoe's
Yeah.
promo style.
His promos were. I mean, he I did the Ring of Honor
Fire,
thing.
fire.
Oh my gosh,
like and real, like
Yeah.
real as you could probably
He-
fucking get ever.
Yeah, he did like when me and Crash Jackson went up there and done a camp for Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
He didn't teach the promo class, but he was walking in and while we were doing it, and he's like, you guys can do a promo about anything.
Yeah.
And he actually walked up and picked something up, and I think it was a spit bottle somebody had up there, and he cut a promo on the spit bottle within like 10 seconds of looking at it. He was like, all right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then just bam, bam, bam. And I was like, and he made you believe that this was the greatest thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd love to have them two, and honestly, I'd love to have Jay and Mark against Matt and Jeff Hardy. I love tag team wrestling. Tag team wrestling does not get enough credit.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. And that right there, I believe, would have been absolutely one of my favorite things to book if I could have got a chance. Oh, it'd been great, because you probably wouldn't have to tell them to do anything. Like, y'all got it.
They
Man,
would
I
always
seen-
had it down.
I seen Briscoes. I guess the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks here. Was it Supercard last year?
Yes, it was Supercard last year.
Oh man, that was a match,
Yeah.
dude. That was a match. Those guys are.
They
I love those guys.
And they
Briscoes, I
wrestled
love those
FTR
guys.
in a
And
dog
even when
park
those
match.
guys wrestle each other, it's
I mean, Mark busted his teeth out because of Jay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was because of that and everything. But I think the best match I believe I've ever seen them do was the Kingdom. It was Matt Taven and Mikey Bennett against Jay and Mark. And I got to see that with my own eyes.
Really?
I got to see that years ago and everything. And that was, to this day, it was the greatest tag match I've ever seen in my life.
those guys are tremendous. Like the wrestling business, the wrestling culture, the wrestling just lost such a great wrestler when
Even
Jay
when
died.
they went to Japan, you would see their stuff they do in Japan. I mean,
From time
gosh.
to time, I go back and I watch Jay Briscoe's promos.
Yeah.
To me, great.
My favorite one is the one Mark coming out of the tree stand.
Yep.
When Mark's walking down the tree stand. That's my favorite one of all time when he tells him to shut up and trying to talk. That was one of my favorite ones ever. And that was probably about a week after I'd met him. That's one thing I love about that promo. It was a week after I met him and everything. So
I like the one where they had dead chickens. Jay's going off about, oh, we got all these damn dead chickens. What you think we doing?
Yeah.
Just dump them into
that
the
one, they're
truck.
taking the shotgun and shooting things with it. I was like, this is the first promo I've ever seen a gun used, besides Brian Pillman back in the day and everything. So,
and Mark Briscoe can talk perfectly normal.
Yeah.
But when he's inside character, he's like, and being called chicken.
But I mean, they were phenomenal dudes. I mean, those guys were absolutely so underrated.
So, Big G, you being in the tag team champions down there, who would you like to go up against? Like your dream match of a tag team to go up against?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Put you on the spot here.
Yep.
Caught you over sleeping.
I'm actually watching on Facebook too, and I was just really admiring how amazing Marty Clay looks tonight. He is a champion.
He's jacked, man. He's jacked. You can tell he stays in the damn gym all the damn time. He's eating steak and staying in the gym.
Their Texas trips get ready to turn into a romantic trip, is what it sounds like.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Romantic getaway down in Texas.
No, my girl's coming in that week too. So.
Hey, I've seen that you've been in the gym a lot, Big G. Getting buff, man. Wherever I see you training all the time.
Oh yeah, always, twice a day.
Heck yeah. How much have you lost weight, or are you just kind of like getting in shape and keeping the weight, or because I can tell that your form is changing, your body's changing a lot.
Yeah, I've lost about 80 pounds, and now I'm focusing more on like building muscle.
Yeah.
So.
That's impressive, man. It really is.
That
It's
really
impressive.
is
I'm
impressive,
on a like a weight loss thing myself now. I've lost about 15 pounds in the last month, and you dropped a bunch of weight here recently, didn't you?
Yeah, depends on what program that I'm doing. It fluctuates back and forth because I started powerlifting again, so I've gained a little bit more. But I mean, I really don't care what I weigh as long as I feel good. And
feeling good.
As long as the pant sizes are going down, that's all that matters to me.
That's right.
Yeah, feeling good. Yeah. That's all I'm worried about too, is feeling good.
Man, we're proud of you, Big John Gilbert.
Yeah, man, we can see that you're putting in the time in the gym and stuff, man. We us as fans, we appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I appreciate y'all.
Next week it's gonna be a fire show.
Yeah, Henry, don't call in.
I do it on purpose.
I do have a funny story to tell you about Henry. So yesterday, I was working out with my friend Sarah. We were hitting legs, and I go real heavy on legs. I just loaded 900 pounds on a leg press. I get my first set of 8 reps done, and I look down, and Henry Shaw is calling me. So I answer the phone call, and I'm talking to Henry while I'm doing my other set. And I'm trying not to grunt because I don't want Henry to think anything's going on. And my friend Sarah the whole time is recording it. And I was like, when you're hitting legs, but you got to handle business.
Yeah.
Well, it sounded like any other phone call when I call him because he's heavy breathing all the time anyway. So, I mean, he could be sitting down and heavy breathing. No, I'm just kidding. No, he was in the gym when I called him. Business call and everything.
How much was you pressing? 900 pounds?
There's the money man himself right there, Terry England.
There he is over there, ain't he?
He's probably looking at stock prices over there on the computer over there. That's what he's doing.
He's looking at how much that 1973 penny cost.
I think that he's planning to sell that computer too.
He probably stole that computer and sold it at a pawn shop the next day. Like
they probably sold that table
Kyle Haggart's like, what happened to the computer, boys? I don't know, brother.
I probably took the heat for it too, just starting out.
Yeah, that's true. He probably took that Appalachian Mountain banner right there and sold it too.
He probably took that American flag right there and sold it. Is what he probably did. I mean, honestly, he's like, brother, I found you a good American flag. You got to make a deal.
Probably found out that his ring was sold and didn't even know it.
He's probably sold that ring like 4 times.
Yeah,
but he
never delivered it.
He never delivered it because he don't want to pay the gas for it. Is what it is. I
mean, that's right. He never got that money.
That's funny. That is hilarious.
Hey, I enjoy Mr. England so much because even though we were there, he said counting money was more important.
Him and Johnny talk like all the time.
Yeah.
He's sending Johnny messages all the time. What did he throw at you?
That's
like,
when they threw nachos at me.
oh wow!
Nachos.
Some kid,
The
let me
crowd
tell you,
did?
No, all right, I'm gonna tell you, this is total shoot right here.
Okay.
Some kid got on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And I guess said, "Watch me, what I'm going to do," and just runs up and throws it at me. It could have been against me or whatever, but the sad part is he ruined a whole thing. And not there, he's getting escorted out. That's what he's
Yeah.
getting. And
Get his ass beat outside. Is what he should have done.
in the old days they would have, but I mean, and here's the funny thing: I had no idea this happened.
Yeah. You didn't know it was on.
I didn't know it was on because the whole time the referee's like, "Man, you got to wait till afterwards to eat." And I'm like, "What's that mean?" I had no idea that I had
Yeah.
this on there.
Yeah.
Even Eugene's like, "I smell cheese." You know, I mean,
You thought it was just.
I had no idea what was going on.
You thought your body odor was kicking or
I was
something.
like, "Am I stinking real
Hey,
bad? What's going on here?"
my ass smell like
Yeah,
cheese or
I was like,
something.
And also, get that cheese being rubbed up on you.
Yeah, Eugene said, "I got to throw my tats away, man. It's got cheese all over it."
Yeah, he did get he rubbed it all off of
I
you.
had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a total shoot. I had no idea that was on me.
I was just happened to look up and that cheese went all over. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
that
god, what the
That's
hell
legit.
happened?
I would tell a total shoot right now. I hit that corner, and then as soon as I hit that corner, that kid threw that stuff at me.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I thought I tore the turnbuckle pad off. That's what I thought. I broke something, and then Kyle Maggart's going to murder me
Yeah.
for it and all that stuff. That's what first thing thought in my head. And then I find out, like, maybe 3 or 4 minutes later, I've got cheese on me. Didn't even know it.
Yeah. Well,
That
at least,
kid totally
at least the
ruined his
cheese
spot,
matched your yellow and black that you
Yeah,
was
it
wearing.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the sad part. But what was funny is, like I see, you can see the grease on it and everything. But the thing is, like, I didn't know about it really till Eugene said something about it. But
Yeah.
then I really, like, no, that's, and then I look over the corner, there's cheese and nachos right over there in the corner.
Wow.
But, man, there was so many people tagging me in a picture of that just getting thrown on me and everything. The next day, I'm getting, Will Hard and all them tags me in that and everything. I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That guy was a jerk for even doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Listen.
Was he, or is Henry the bad guy?
Uh-oh.
I mean-
he was the bad guy there.
Yeah.
But the
And Eugene
audience
regretted
does
that
not.
part right there.
The audience, if you are throwing shit in the ring, you suck. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that's
Whatever you do.
stupid.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Even
You
if,
should have your ass kicked for throwing cheese on Henry.
listen, like, in the old days, they would have took him out there and they would have.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
They should have
I've
slapped
seen
him
that
around a
done
little
at
bit.
Smoky Mountain days in the 90s. Oh my gosh, people jumping in the ring, getting absolutely crap beat out of them.
The motto is, you step over that barricade, you're fair game.
Yeah, well, they used to call it the act of God rule in the old days, is what they used to call it. If you crossed any barricade into a wrestling, boxing ring, MMA ring, or Greco-Roman wrestling mat, that was fair game.
Yeah.
You could not, like this in Kentucky, that was, I mean, it may have changed nowadays, but it's still pretty, I mean, you get charged and everything. But you can't cross that barrier, period. I mean, they'll tell you, everybody knows the rules on it and everything. You can't cross. And what happens to you if you go to WWE? You see those guys in WWE, AEW, crossing the barricade.
Oh, man.
Them old days of WCW when they crossed the barricade. Even the referee
Yeah.
jumping in on that and
Even
everything.
I seen
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man beat a fucking guy like crazy.
And
Like
I
they
saw-
beat his ass,
I
dude.
saw Triple H, the heel, jump up, grab a fan, and German suplex him, and it's just way on the back
Eddie
of his
Guerrero
head.
one night on
And the
on
ref
Raw
was
did that
kicking
too.
the shit out of him.
Eddie Guerrero beat a kid pretty much half to death one night in a ladder match because they tried to
Yep.
shove him off the ladder. And
that
Eddie
was-
beat the
I bet he
brakes.
did.
Oh,
Like
my
that's
gosh.
that's so dangerous when somebody's doing a
I've
high
even seen,
move and then somebody gets involved.
During the NWO thing, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were laying the boots to guys that was trying to get inside the ring to attack Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
They're just stomping away at him.
Even Hall and Nash got, like, on MTV Spring Break, they threw rocks at him. Like, legit. And Nash run to the crowd and got that kid and almost
Damn
killed him.
straight.
That's what they should do. Like,
That's what I miss. Some fans need that because it gives them a wake up call to stop doing stupid shit.
yeah.
I mean, just
Those aren't real fans that do something. A fan does that. You're not a real fan.
No.
You should be banned from every wrestling organization. That dude that threw the cheese on you should never be able to be
I haven't
back
seen
in
him since. I don't even know what he looked like, but I haven't seen anything like that recently or anything.
And he cost you a spot because you get ready for something. And
Yeah, that cheese.
happened.
That
Yep.
cheese threw you off your game, man.
Yeah,
You
it
would have
did.
beat Eugene that night.
Yeah, I mean, he did.
I would love if somebody throws a hot dog at me while I wrestle.
I have had a fan buy me a sandwich. I mean, that's the shoot too.
Yeah.
I told a lady one night to go get me a sandwich, and I kid you not, they was like, "Hey, Henry, where you go?" I'm like, "What?" He said, "This fan went out and bought you something to eat." I was like, "That's hilarious."
Yeah, throw me some cake or something when I'm in the ring. Johnny, your hair looks great tonight, man.
Appreciate that.
It's on point.
It looks
Appreciate
awesome.
that, brothers.
Almost looks as good as mine.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
think I
hey,
get a
you put me inside the toilet and it made my hair grow.
Hey, John, you put you stuck Johnny's head in the toilet, man, and it fertilized his hair, and his hair grew back.
It really did. I feel
well,
like
Andy.
a
I guess
stud.
you're next.
What'd you say?
I guess you're next then.
No, I don't. I got good hair, man.
Your hair's
you know?
already white. You
Yeah,
don't
my
need that
hair's
bleach
great
in there.
already.
It's already been fertilized.
But Sean Johns might be here. You might be able to do that to him.
Yeah, I think Sean
No,
needs it.
I want Andrew. I want Andrew.
Oh, he'll be here.
I'm sorry you canceled your show. I'm sorry you had to cancel, Big John.
Hey,
Oh, you went Andrew. Oh, Andrew Browning.
Andrew
I thought you was talking about me. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm Andrew too. So I was like, sorry you had to cancel.
Andrew put up a fight with what he would do.
Yeah,
You're Andy, though.
yeah, I'm Andy. Yeah.
Andrew is Andrew Brown.
Yeah,
Andrew
Andrew
Brown.
Brown would put up a fight, but I think Big John Gilbert could take
I need to
him.
get a haircut, man. My barber's in jail. So
Hey, the last time that Andrew Brown and Big John Gilbert were together inside this studio, you know what happened? Andrew Brown sat down next to him and played with Big John Gilbert's leg. And then let Big John Gilbert talk to his grandma, all sweet. So now,
John, what are you letting him play with your leg for the whole show?
he couldn't stop him.
Brother.
Andrew Brown insisted.
Brother, it was spontaneous. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I was in
Caught you off
mid-conversation.
guard,
yeah, it's like when an ugly girl rubs your back. You just got to let her do it.
I guess.
And just that, he came in wanting to hate on Big John Gilbert, but yet there he goes sitting next to Big John Gilbert.
Andrew Brown is
playing
so
with his
funny,
leg.
man. He'll come in, and I got the bar in there, and a lot of guys are athletic, so they don't really drink, and some do, like Nate Gnarly just got drunk as hell in here. It was
Surely
so
not.
fun.
Yeah, surely not.
It was
Yes.
so funny, dude. We had such
And
a good
lost
time
his
with him.
phone.
I had to drink with him, but Andrew Brown did go straight for that liquor. He'll
he
make
did
himself
the
a
last
drink.
time I was here.
He'll make himself a
Yeah.
drink, and he'll go over there and sit down, and he'll sip on that drink all day. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
he was very intoxicated when I was there.
Yeah, he was. He's sipping on that liquor. He likes
That
that.
explains the leg rub.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that you had a bar. Like when I first came here, I just walked straight in and then everything. And that one day when he showed up, I think he showed up an hour after I was here.
Yeah.
And I hear cling, cling, cling.
Yeah.
You making you a drink? Yeah.
Yeah.
He come in. He's like, "What's up?"
Like, shoot.
I said, "Look at this pimp juice right here." You know.
When Donnie Green and Bear Steele are here, me and Bear sit here and drunk a whole fifth of.
You and Donnie.
Me and Donnie sit here and drunk a whole
Wild
fifth of
turkey.
101 Wild Turkey, and we got pretty drunk.
I started to say it probably didn't phase Donnie at all.
It didn't.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Hey, Donnie actually impressed me. He came in and he hosted the show.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
Oh.
Donnie's great. He's going to be here. We're having Kick and Kelly on. You know Kick and Kelly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're having
12.
Yeah.
we're having Kick and Kelly on April 12th, and
I hadn't seen Kelly in years. You know.
well, you'll see him on April 12th.
He did a make him tell the MMA story. Like when they had MMA down there at the Elster Street Jubilee, he literally hit a kid so hard that the kid was tapping out on the way down. Like he was not. I mean, that's a shoot. Like he looked like he was tapping out on the way down. Like he was getting knocked out.
I'm done.
And everybody's like, all right, nobody mess with Kelly. Kill you.
Yeah, that here he's a legit
Oh, yeah.
badass
He
will
really
kick
is.
your
He
ass
really is, yeah.
legit guy.
Oh, funny dude in the back too. I mean,
Yeah, every time Donnie's like, yeah, that guy will whoop your ass. That guy will whoop your ass. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So Donnie's coming in to help me co-host that show,
Yeah, he.
or protect me. I don't know.
Kelly's good.
I
dude.
like when there's somebody that they says, "Oh, this guy will kick your ass." I'll be like, can I have Zodiac or can I have Marty Clay here or somebody to protect me?
But yeah, he.
Johnny will try, but
No,
Bandito will protect me. But
I'll beat
You
Fandio's
can, you
ass.
can throw Johnny in front of him and take off running.
yeah, that's usually what I do.
trip him and then run.
I'll just use my Love Me Sexy to calm them down.
We could have Andrew rub their leg and then you could run.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Andrew would do it too because he'd be so intoxicated he wouldn't know what he's doing.
Andrew calm him down. Start rubbing
I
it.
asked Andrew at a show one time. I said, "If you keep bringing that belt, I'm gonna make you defend it." He's like, "Shut up."
Everybody says that to him, man.
Hey, last time him and Ajax was inside this studio, Andrew couldn't take his eyes off that belt. He was just staring.
Well,
at
there
him
was
through
another
it.
kid one time at Frankfurt had the same belt as Andrew did. And this kid's like flipping me off every other minute, and just looking at every time I look at him, he flips me off. And I was like, Andrew, you want to flip me off? He goes, no, I got class.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. And then I kept going on. But they were the same title. It was a WWE title. They both had the same thing. I said, is it WWE tag team titles? No, it's a heavyweight. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But it was the same title. And I was like, you ought to defend these next week. He's like, no, I can't do that. Grandma won't let me.
I think I know who you're talking about. Who had the WWE title? It's a guy that's big and loudmouth as just as much as him.
Yes. It was the one that I came there the last time in Frankfurt, and I ain't been there in years. And the first thing I get on, hit the pose, look over, and he sees me and he flips me off. I'm like, yeah, he ain't changed a bit.
Yeah.
Yep. He was like that the last time I went to KBW.
He was also the one telling me that I was number one in his heart by flipping me off. Showing him with one finger. I was number one in his heart.
He knew I was about to come out, so of course he was looking.
He didn't know what you was out there. That Gladiator kid, that's what he loves. He loves that Gladiator kid more than anything.
Marty's a hero to the children.
Yeah, he is. He's a hero to the children. All the children love him.
I mean, you saw the children come up and hug Marty Clay at UCW.
Nobody came up and hugged Marcus.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
He probably had candy in his pocket. That's the only reason the kids are coming and hugging.
And Marcus's son says that this man right here is
I've
his
never
hero.
heard that
Does
word.
it look like Marty eats Andy Henry? No.
Yeah, I don't eat.
I'll see Marcus's son. I'm a journalist here. When I see Marcus's son on Saturday night, I'm going to ask him who his favorite wrestler is. I'm going to ask him on the podcast.
Get a video of it.
Yeah.
We
Get a
will.
video and post it.
You don't say Marcus.
He's not going to say Marcus, you think?
He's gonna say Marty Clay.
If he sees you on young Rock, he might say you, Jim. I mean, John.
Big John Gilbert.
Big John Gilbert, yeah.
That's the hero.
The hero.
Hey, these two men right here, Mark Clay and Big John Gilbert, are Marcus Johnson's son's heroes.
Well, he ain't got much to look up to if that's the truth.
Yeah.
Be the APW heavyweight and tag team champion.
There you go.
If that happens, then APW will be on the down slope, is what that would be.
Oh, wow.
Well, you better be figuring out a way to get it back up because that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen at all.
That ain't what your mama said.
Get it back up.
I feel like
Now you're being perverted. That's real. Probably kids listening now.
I feel like
Interview's over. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
My mother just texted me and
don't
said, "Get out of there.
Get out of there. Those guys are perverted.
Get out of
Give me
that
a
Sodom and
drink,
Gomorrah.
Andy. Give me a drink, Andy.
Yeah, get a drink. We're going
Yes.
to turn this thing X-rated here in a
Place
minute.
turned into Sodom and Gomorrah. My mom just texted me right now.
I mean, you are your mama's favorite.
I am sometimes, but I am everybody else's mom's favorite. My own, yes. Has to be.
That's true.
I mean, ask my sister. I mean, yeah, I am the favorite.
Oh, okay.
You're also Andrew's grandma's favorite too.
Exactly. You can ask him all day long. He would never bring me a sandwich because she said she was going to make a sandwich.
We messed with him one time. He was in here he was here sitting where you was, Andrew was, and Johnny called in, act like his grandpa.
I went to the bathroom. I called up the podcast, and then with my best voice I tried to do with grandma, I was like, "Hello." And he said, "Shut up, Johnny Green. I know that's you."
He was drunk. Yeah, Andrew was drunk, and he thought
he always puts his grandma's cooking on there on Facebook all the time. Which I mean, she cooks for him. It's great and everything.
Yeah.
And one time I texted him or I sent him a message. I said that macaroni looks like it's real runny. And she put too much water in there. He said, "You stop talking about her cooking."
Donnie Green said that she gonna be making him a sandwich for it. So sure enough, we came to pick up Andrew Brown. You know what? Donnie Green was outside the kitchen with her.
Oh, really?
We said, "Yep." We told him, Andrew, you shouldn't probably leave your grandma alone with Donnie Green. He says, Donnie Green's a bum.
Donnie Green's a phenomenal wrestler and phenomenal softball player. If you've never seen him hit a ball, oh my!
all those guys were good at softball, weren't they?
Bear and all them.
Yeah, they were all good.
Bear.
Chucky, all those guys were
Me
good.
and a guy named Preston Romans that used to wrestle in MWA, we was on a softball league back in 2013, and we just happened to go to like a place that's over there on Lexmark, where the field's over there on Lexmark. And it's the first time I'd seen Bear, Al, and Donnie in probably 8 or 9 years at least.
Yeah, all those guys
and then
play.
all of a sudden, I was like, oh, there's Henry. And I was like, oh, gosh, I didn't know that they still played. Because I remember back in the day, they used to play all the time. And Donnie's like, well, here, Henry, I'm going to hit you a home run. He did. Yeah, first swing, it was gone. I was like, well, he wasn't lying.
Who was that, Bear?
No, it was Donnie.
Oh, Donnie.
Donnie, yeah.
Donnie's so funny, dude. He's one of my favorite people to have
He's
on the
also a great
podcast.
TikToker too.
Yeah, he's a great.
He's been on. I don't have TikTok, but I've seen some people send some videos to me. And
he's so funny, man. He's hilarious. He loves coming on the podcast. They just sit here
When
and
he
they
came
laugh.
when he came in here to host, he blew me away. He said he told Barry, "Shut up! I'm the host. You're my co-host. You just sit there and look pretty, and I'll do all the talking."
Was that the time that him and Burr were just staring at each other and just like screaming in the microphone at each other? No, you didn't. I did that. No, I did that.
That was the Chucky Smooth and Al Steele.
Oh yeah,
Chuck.
we had them all four in here.
Solid Steel. That was a tag. That was the first tag team that I faced down there at NWA was Chucky and Al. Oh my gosh, man! One of the great days of them days.
Yeah, those guys are great. We had all four of them in here, and it was
I've seen Barry
comedy.
Steele.
Yeah,
We had Donnie Green came in here. He had already Barry Steele called this seat to be his.
They told
Donnie Green comes in here, takes seat down. And he says, "Well, fuck him. He'll have to pick that seat up there."
Like I knew Al. Al before he lost all his weight and everything.
They told the story about Bobby Green that they had somebody texting Bobby Green, like a female, and he went over and met him.
He got all spruced up, borrowed money and everything.
Borrowed money from Don.
I remember that. Yes,
over at the Red Lobster.
Yeah.
They were all sitting there when he walked in.
Oh gosh, I remember that.
Oh, we got something. Max said, "Legends never die." April 29th, 2023. Cypriana, Kentucky, Cypriana City Hall Gym. All profits to help Larry D and his family. A huge night of wrestling and wrestlers from all over the country, and so many huge dream matches. Let's go! Please support such a great cause and night of pro wrestling. That's right, Max Slade, because these two right here are going to be wrestling each other.
Henry gets one of his dream matches. It's not the rookie Marty Clay anymore. He's getting to wrestle
The professional wrestler.
professional Marty Clay.
The
He's
overconfident Marty
He's
Clay.
on a different level. It's a dream match for Henry.
Max, I know you're watching right now. I want to get you in the studio, man. You and Larry can come in and record your podcast right here in the studio. I'm letting you know right now. Y'all can do that anytime you want.
It'd be fun. Also, these two right here going to be having a match. I feel like this personal between y'all right now.
It ain't personal with me.
You're making it personal. You
I
have
ain't
been.
making it personal.
You're making it personal.
It's personal with you. That's on you. But it's not personal with me. I'm just gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you like I have everybody else.
Like I'm saying, brother, that overconfidence is really going to cost you in the long run.
We'll see, I guess.
Not only that, but he feels like he's going to be APW champion when he
I'm
faces you.
I know I'm gonna be APW champion and then I know I'm gonna beat Henry.
I have faith in you, Marty, because you're just that good.
That good.
That good.
The kids love him. The kids at the orphanage love him. He's just got fans everywhere. The NiceGuyAndy podcast love you guys. We're big fans of Marty Clay.
I tell you what, this man impresses me the more I see him wrestle.
All the
This
time.
is a star right here.
He's so personal. Every time we see him, he's just such a good guy to us. Like, he comes on our podcast and and talks to us, and just incredible talent.
What am I, chopped liver?
You're incredible too.
Compared to me, kinda.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, he's not gonna make that personal, but it might be.
right.
Am I right or am I right, John?
You are right.
Yeah.
We love you too, Henry.
He's announcing the match. He said Mark Clay versus Kenny Shaw, Dustin Jackson versus Oliver Gunner.
Old Dustin. Oliver needs his ass kicked.
That's true. And Adrian Alexander versus Mickey Midas.
Adrian Alexander is a NiceGuyAndy podcast champion, and he's going up against Mickey Midas. That's going to.
I got a little bit.
Man, we might have a new champion that night.
Got a little bit of problems with both those guys. If you remember last time I was in the ring with Mickey.
Yeah. You got a problem with no wrestlers like you. The fans love you, but the wrestlers hate you. What's up with that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the same boat that.
How do they treat you back in the locker room? They just don't talk to you. They want to fight you back there, or what?
Some of them are cool, and some of them you can tell there's some tension there, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, jealousy.
What he's not telling you, he pretty much keeps to himself the entire time. He's on the phone more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Who are you back there talking to?
My girlfriend.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he's making business
Yep.
plans.
She's probably keeping tabs on
Talking
him,
to
is what
Big
she's
John Gilbert back there.
Yeah, me and John hang out. I mean,
Strategy.
Another match that's
Man.
happening: Zodiac versus Reverend Bright.
Zodi, I'm cool with Zodi. Zodi's cool. See who
Zodi
else.
likes you.
Cameron Walker. He's gonna be in EWA.
Hell yeah.
It looks like there's another one. So who is
Yeah,
this?
Chris
Oh.
Major versus Jackie Thad in the Chris Major's Last Stand. Oh, that's gonna be great.
What's that mean? Chris Major's last stand. What's last stand mean?
Might be his retirement match.
You think
Yeah.
it's his
I
last
don't
match?
That's what
Yeah,
it sounds
you
like.
could be
He
that,
just started
or-
back a while back, didn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He just came back. Like we was down there
Or-
at we was down there at Generation Next Brawl 4, I think it was. He
Yep,
came back.
Bar Brawl 4. No, it was before that. Bar Brawl 3.
3. He was Brawl 3 when he came back.
And then he fought.
He came out there and like claymored everybody.
Yes,
didn't
he
he?
destroyed them all. And he fought Nasty Nate Gnarly, the next Bar Brawl. And he won that match.
Chris,
Yeah, the last
Chris
man
Major's
standing.
got a bodacious right hand. I mean,
Yeah.
God, he's almost knocked my teeth out like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just said-
it will be his last ever match.
Last
Win,
match.
lose, or draw.
Okay. He'll probably give everything he's got on that one.
That's true.
Yeah, get everything out of him that
Better-
last match.
This might be Henry's last match.
Oh
If
wow!
he's not pretty careful.
Okay.
If he don't come in giving everything he's got, it'll be his last match. So like I
He's gonna
said-
throw that at me. That's what he's
Like I
gonna do.
said,
Yeah.
Henry, I'm not that kid that's just happy to be a part of it anymore.
All right.
He's coming out swinging
He's
for the
coming out
fences. Yeah, he's coming. He's hitting home runs.
Yeah.
He coming out to prove to you that he means what he says.
Yeah. So, April 15th, Corbin Civic Center, 1-year anniversary show for Ally Pro Wrestling. This is going to be the winner take all. Marty Clay versus
Marty
Marcus
Clay
James.
takes all. It may as well just be called Marty Clay Takes All.
Shut up, I'm talking. April 29th, Ally Pro Wrestling, Gen Next Wrestling, New South Wrestling, Ascend Pro Wrestling, Northern Wrestling Federation, Cynthiana City Gym in Cynthiana, Kentucky. Legends never die. May 12th, McGoffin Mayhem, Ally Pro Wrestling returns to Sayersville, Kentucky. May 27th, Boonesville, Kentucky. Owsley County Park Recreation, Ally Pro Wrestling makes its debut. That's what we're going to be doing the next couple times.
Hell yeah,
That's what I'm
sounds
talking
good.
about.
We're gonna try to. We want to try to come make one of those shows. If we come down, would you like us to do a live?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if we get a chance, we'll come down. You guys,
And we'll make sure
it'd
everyone
probably be
knows.
on a Saturday because I work Fridays, so it'd probably be a Saturday night or something. But
April
can't
April
prom-
15th and May 27th on Saturdays for
yeah,
us.
Sounds
Corbin's not what, an hour away?
Probably about 2 from here. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's an hour from my house is what it is.
Yeah.
It's right off of exit 20.
It's right straight down the
27,
interstate.
I
Right
think.
straight down the interstate from
Yeah,
here.
oh yeah.
So.
It's about a mile. It's about 2 miles off. Well, mile and a half off the interstate is what it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
there's signs up for it and everything. so.
We've been trying to get down to you guys and make one of y'all's shows. We're big fans of you guys. We try to see whatever we can that y'all have on Facebook.
Yeah,
but I want to come and see a show.
And I will continue to share.
Yeah, the Civic Center.
Anytime.
Civic Center just updated their Wi-Fi, so it's going to be
Oh
phenomenal.
wow!
and
Okay,
everything.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I usually bring my. I usually go off of
Their
hotspot or
the
something. But,
company's going to be updating its champion too, so you're really going to want to be there.
oh yeah, if you
Oh,
want,
that's
Really
good.
going to want to.
I want to see this match. It's April 15th, right?
April 15th.
What is that? Check. I'm gonna check my calendar and make sure that we
It's
can.
a
maybe-
Saturday.
It's a Saturday night.
Yep.
See if we
he
can't
just
make it.
mentioned it.
Yeah, April 15th is Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
put that in my calendar.
And I'm telling you, that's gonna be a great match. You're
No, it's
We
not.
definitely got to come down
you're
and,
going.
I'm
and
gonna tell
support
you,
Marty.
I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell all the Marcus fans. If you're coming April 15th expecting a great match, you may as well just stay home. It's not going to be a great match. The last match wasn't a great match. It was an ass kicking from start to finish.
Barely.
It was.
We like ass kickings.
Well, that's what.
And we'd love to see you in action, Marty.
You guys are Marty Clay fans, so
Yes.
I would say show up because you're going to see me showing out, kicking ass,
That's
winning
right.
the title. But if you're wanting to come and see a banger or a 5-star match or a show-stealing match with all the big stuff back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, it ain't going to be that. It's going to be me beating Marcus up.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Yes, we're going to find this out on April 15th, aren't we?
We will. We will.
Max said just issued something. He said the pre-show gimmick battle royal will be happening, and also Nasty Nate Gnarly has issued an open challenge to anyone from anywhere for a fight. He wants a street fight versus anyone and everyone.
Oh man, I'm big fan of Nasty Nate Gnarly. I was out Halloween night, and we hadn't seen Nate for a while, and I ran into him out trick or treating, and he came up to me and he gave me a big hug, and we were just chilling like out there trick or treating together. It was really cool. So Nate, if you're watching, man, well, I'm dying to see you get back in the ring.
If you anybody out there that wants to accept Nate Gnarly's challenge, just remember, all you need to do is bring a magnet. So that's all you need to do. So
Bring a magnet.
That's what I used to tell me all for years. I said, I'm gonna bring a magnet
Because he's got so many piercings.
Yeah, he's like,
Does that also mean that you're gonna be bringing an ass kicking for him?
Yeah, and I'm gonna beat him with his company's title on the line.
Oh
So
wow.
my
Okay.
first title defense is I'm gonna get to kind of kill two birds with one stone.
Marty's making a bold claim here.
In the month of April, I'm gonna kind of kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna beat Marcus, prove I'm better than him, and then I'm gonna beat Henry for trying to hold me down.
We lost Big John. Big John G, we lost you, buddy.
Appreciate you, Big
we
John.
appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
he probably got him on leg press again.
Yeah, he's probably not. Yeah, he's probably leg pressing the whole time he was on the
Yeah,
podcast
he's
there.
sitting there under 1,000 pounds.
Now he's grunting.
He's getting ready for that Texas match.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
looking up roses and places to eat from down there in Texas when they're going that romantic getaway. Going to candlelight dinner by the river down there.
Yeah.
So,
I could imagine that.
some Tex-Mex. No one was.
Man, I tell you what, I can't wait for you to give that ass kicking to Marcus Johnson. I can't believe he didn't want to show up for you.
So, guys, we got like 5 minutes left. This is the chance that this is the time I usually let everybody have their little last hurrah at the podcast. I'm gonna let Johnny go first.
Yep. I just want to say thank you to Mark Clay for being here. You're a great guest every time, brother.
Appreciate it.
We're big fans of you. We want to thank you, Henry Shaw. You're always awesome. Andy, you're always awesome.
Yeah.
And
Say
the
it again.
fans. Andy, you're such an awesome guy, swell guy. And Sean John shouldn't have leaked that information about Mark Clay coming there because now Marcus Johnson got scared. And, I mean, from what I'm saying, it looks like he got scared.
Your hair looks great, Johnny.
Thank you very much.
It's phenomenal. I'm jealous of it.
Appreciate it, brother.
You can Big John Gilbert. You can hand that compliment to Big John for helping you grow your hair back.
It really was a great ideal that he had.
Yeah.
You might need to color it.
That's
Everybody
true. I gotta get
everybody
colored.
thought that he was just poking your head in the toilet just to be mean, but like he was trying to help you grow your hair back.
And now it's got it.
He was
flowed.
trying
I
to
just gotta get
sanitize your
colored.
hair is what he was trying to do.
That's
So,
true.
Is it hair or is it fungus?
It is hair.
Oh, okay.
There's probably some Lysol or some Clorox in that bowl too. Hopefully,
I'm gonna have to
hopefully,
color my hair.
hopefully there was something in that bowl besides
You
business.
got anything else to say?
Just want to say thank you to the fans that tune in. And Max said, we see what you said, brother. We're going to make sure to come April 29th to do a live for y'all.
Okay, go ahead, Marty.
I just want to thank you guys for bringing me in, even though it was kind of short notice. I appreciate the opportunity to come in here, even if the champion don't come in here. And I hope Marcus can get better and get his head straight, and us actually work together Saturday, and him not be.
Well,
petty.
you know, you're such good friends of the pod. I'm thinking about changing the name of the studio to the Marty Clay Studio.
I'm down for it.
Yeah,
Makes a lot of sense.
Win that championship for us.
You'd
and,
probably be getting a lot of people coming by checking it out.
yeah, I know, right?
That's
might-
true.
You might want to clear that with the Fayette County Urban Board, all that stuff before you do that.
Okay,
You'd start having to charge people to come up here then.
I know, right?
There'd be so many people lined up. down
There's
there.
people dying to get on the podcast anyway. Like,
There really
it
is.
just gets booked up so quick.
But yeah, I just appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna be. I really, off the top of my head, can't name all the shows I'm gonna be doing here coming up. I got April 15th at APW winning that title. I got New South this Saturday.
There's 2 titles down there you might win.
Yeah, win those titles if Marcus has his head on right.
Yeah.
Marcus shows up, and because Marcus is good, he's good enough for us to work together and win those if he's not being a big baby and making excuses and
Yeah.
whatever. So we could win those if he comes in, acts right. We got a real shot. I think we will win them if Marcus is acting like I haven't done anything wrong and not being a baby. We will win those Saturday.
Okay.
And
You
then
got a
next-
big Rex and Adam Swayze.
Yeah.
That's no big.
Rex.
That's no cheap, easy task.
No, it's not. It's a tall task. It's a very
Yeah,
tall task.
exactly.
But then the week after that, me and John and I don't know who else. I think Kellen maybe going with us. We're going down to Texas doing that stuff, and then I got AMW's coming back. Didn't know if you guys knew that.
Heck yeah.
Kyle's bringing AMW back.
Appalachian Mountain Wrestling.
Okay.
May 13th, we're going to be in Hazard, and I think April 28th, the day before the Cynthiana show, the Legends Never Die show. I think we're going to be doing a school show at East Perry.
Oh wow! We
good.
definitely got to get down there to see. We're big fans of
Kyle's-
Marty Clay too. I'm not Marty Clay, but Kyle Maggard too.
Yeah,
So
AMW's back.
yeah,
So
that
We
sounds
appreciate
great.
that.
try to keep you guys updated on that.
Oh,
Sounds
but
good.
this is the place, man. If you guys want to announce any shows,
And
this
then,
is the
of
place to
course-
announce the
of
shows
course,
at.
I don't know how it slipped my mind. There's EWA.
Yep.
April
Elite
8th.
Wrestling Line.
On April the 8th, yeah.
And
Rumble
most,
Royale.
and most Sundays, I'm at New South.
Yeah.
Been there pretty much every week. Love being there. Happy to be there.
Yeah, Anthony's got a great place down there.
I have Southern States Wrestling, April 16th. That's on a Sunday. That's in Kingsport, Tennessee. I'll be down there for Bo James. His
Okay.
promotion.
All right.
But that's pretty much just a rundown of what I'll be doing this next month.
You're a busy
appreciate
man,
you guys.
brother.
No, we appreciate you coming in. You know this is your home. Henry?
First of all, thank you very much for having me again.
Oh, we love
This
having
was
you in here, Henry.
Great. It was absolute phenomenal time, sometimes. But don't forget, April 15th, Corbin Civic Center, 1-year anniversary show. April 8th, Elite Wrestling Alliance in Frankfort, Kentucky. April 29th, Legends Never Die at Cynthiana City Gym. May 12th, McGoffin Mayhem, APW returns to Styersville, Kentucky. May 27th, Boonville, Kentucky, Owsley County Parks Recreation. And if anyone is interested in becoming a wrestler, referee, staff, security, manager, backstage personnel, whatever, message Allied Pro Wrestling at Facebook or Instagram. But again, fellas, thank you very much for having me again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Remember,
Guys.
next 2 weeks, sorry, excuse me, in 2 weeks, April 15th, Corbin Civic Center. That's our 1-year anniversary. So the fans, thank you for keeping us alive. I mean, we wouldn't be here without you guys and everything. But again, Corbin Civic Center, 1-year anniversary, winner take all.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
right.
I want to thank all the fans for watching us, guys. Appreciate you. Allied Pro Wrestling, get down there to Corbin on April 15th and watch these guys. These guys are putting on some professional shit down there. Henry is dedicated to giving you the best wrestling product that he can give you. And go down there. Please support Allied Pro Wrestling. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on Instagram. Check out Nice Guy Andy podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, please. We need the subscriptions. Check out our Facebook page, Nice Guy Andy podcast. Andrew Watkins on Facebook. Give us the likes, follows. We are monetized through Facebook, and Facebook does pay some of the bills around here. Not all of them, but if you guys would give us some more comments and every time you see us, comment, share, like, it does help pay the bills. We like to shout out Bucks of Muck
Catering.
Bucks of Muck Catering. These guys are down there. They'll come down and cater your event. Anything that you have,
And
parties,
she's
weddings. Anything that you need some food for. I think the number is 859
866
866
8317.
8317. And check out Royal Lex on Facebook. Tell him a Nice Guy Andy podcast with you for all your internet gaming needs. And Royal Dark stays up late for you guys, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. In the morning. Check them out. Tell them Nice Guy Andy podcast sent you, and they'll help you out to sign up. And
That's right.
check out, guys, if y'all need any training, message Allied Pro Wrestling. Get some training. Go down to New South Wrestling is having some having Jordan Cage down there. He's trying to start a school up down there. You got Legends down in Legends Pro Wrestling Academy down in Cynthiana. Max Sled, Larry D. Those guys are so affordable, guys. If you think that you cannot afford them, you are dare wrong. You are dear wrong about that, because those guys love wrestling and they are putting out some quality people. Alexis Littlefoot down there, Kellen Craven, just all those guys are down there. They're just putting out some quality people. Check out New South Wrestling out in Lawrenceburg.
Also, don't forget, UCW has training too. and Triple Crown Wrestling, and this man right here could train you.
Yeah.
No, I'm no trainer.
No.
I go up there and I train.
You go up there and help,
I
right?
train along with the guys. But
Yeah.
Jimmy Walls is trained, and if you
That's
can't,
the
Oh,
Right.
Jimmy
you
Walls. We can't say anything else better about Jimmy
if
Walls.
you can't learn wrestling from Jimmy Walls,
Yeah.
you probably can't learn wrestling.
You're probably not gonna
I
make
can
it.
agree with that. I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
We're big
Probably
fans of
should.
Jimmy Walls. I can't wait to get him in here in this studio. I like to get Dale Bass in here too. We met Dale Bass down there. He had a great bunch
Yes.
If you get Del Bass in here,
Yes.
you won't leave.
of. I know.
Trust
Like-
me.
Guys, wrestling license number 1.
The
Not
wrestling
anymore.
nice.
Right.
Not anymore. The numbers have changed
Oh,
now.
He said he checked his. They didn't change it.
Oh,
he said he would have been giving them a call if they
He
checked.
said
Oh, if
that
he's
they
still
did.
number one in everyone's heart. So.
We had J.R. Rock and
Cody Matthews, Psycho Medic, and them, and Dale Bass. As soon as he gets on there, they're like,
it's
God dang
changed
it,
to the Dale Bass show.
podcast.
Hey guys, check us out. You know who we are. We're Nice Guy Andy Podcast. We watch wrestling. We talk
And
to
we put
wrestlers.
over wrestling.
We and if you're not having fun,
You ain't getting none.
damn Skippy.
You,
Nice Guy Andy Podcast.
oh, we gotta do
That ain't what your mama said.
If he keeps popping off at the mouth, I'm gonna be his daddy.
Ooh, yeah!
Anyways, you guys go on your little rinky-dink bullshit podcast.
But those were expensive shoes. You know, Scott Diamond is custom made.
Oh, dear Lord.
Hey, we gotta do it again, baby.
This is the Zodiac, and I'm telling you now, meditate, elevate, and dominate. Do it with the Nice Guy Andy Podcast.
Hell yeah! Thanks,
Your
man.
mama said.
If he keeps popping off at the mouth, I'm gonna be his daddy. I like it.
It was me. I've set up the whole thing from the beginning.
Yeah.